Bojamarine's magic tower loomed super high against the starry sky. Weird, creepy noises echoed from deep inside. Someone yelled at a guy to stay awake because they weren't done yet. Chains everywhere, and gross anatomy posters plastered on the walls. They ordered another hit of the stimulant. He lasted 461 seconds, a bit longer today. With results like that, totally talented guinea pig. Super useful. They meant this young guy bleeding out in chains. 70-second circuit booster. Apparently, is the magic circle. Finally, active, and the vaccine totally suppressed. Another dude watched the subject and nodded. Solid result. They shot him with memory juice in the Empire's strongest tower. Kid was fading fast. Why was a genius like him stuck here? Secret lab was full of ants. They forced the stimulant activation. Prisoner started coughing blood. He looked totally wrecked. The guy screamed to cut it out. He couldn't deal. Clenched his chained fists till wrists bled. Man called the subject too loud and asked for the report later. One of the young dudes told the boss he'd handle it. He was still wondering, why am I here? Dying in his dream tower. Total nightmare. Observer yanked his hair up. How ya feeling? Had to grip up and stay awake. Observer called the Verdon Mage. Totally useless. Got cocky cause people hyped his brain a bit, so now they're draining his life and brain in a secret lab. Guy told Verdon to do something smart and prove it. Verdon knelt, hung up by his hands. Bloody and beat. Guy said Verdon couldn't even pass out now. Guy looked back. What he staring at? Saw the test ants running wild and yelled to fix it. Ace. The helpers said sorry to Weller. Weller called Verdon a bug. Zero magic, couldn't break chains. No one missed him. Actually better. Thanks to him, they got an S-rank subject. His tower buddy got sponsored to study overseas. Kinda feel bad for Rope ending up with a friend like that. Squashed ants on the floor. Verdon told M to zip it. Weller was shocked. He spoke up. Verdon screamed his lungs out. Shut up, you jerks. Started 15 years ago. Orphan kid, no parents. Dreamed of being an awesome mage. So, he dragged himself to the magic tower to learn some spells. Too bad he couldn't cast squat. His stats were stuck at level 1. Back when he was 7, they tested his mana vibes. The verdict, 0 magic potential. Absolutely zip. Total dud. Pretty rough news for a little kid. But did he quit? Nope. Being a mage was the ultimate goal. He'd sneak peeks at grimoires while mopping the floors. He even raided the library archives. No powers, but plenty of guts. Years flew by, and surprised Verdon was actually a brain. He finally snagged a gig as a research assistant. His buddy was like, genius. Seriously, how does a grunt worker invent stuff this cool? Everyone noticed, even the big boss, Mr. Suddenly it clicked his brain wasn't just good, it was elite. Verdon thanked Lucard, eager to prove his theory before the big show. Then Lucard got weird. Anyone else see this? He asked. Verdon nope, just you. Lucard was basically his only work bestie who got him. Maybe he'd finally ditch the mop and become a real scientist. Or so he thought, until Lucard stole his work and claimed credit. Verdon panicked and ran straight to the tower head. He told Balrog, that was my idea, not his. His notes vanished, then Lucard presented them like a total snake. The boss raised an eyebrow. You claiming this? You wrote the multidimensional continuity theory. Verdon figured the great Bogomir Balrog Besses would fix it. I can explain the whole thing, start to finish, he insisted. Brog just smirked. Well, isn't that fascinating? Who knew a lowly researcher had such a big brain? Balrog grinned. Come by my lab later. Make it 2 days from now, when the moon's gone. Looking back, maybe snitching to the boss was a huge mistake. If he'd just bolted, maybe the last 7 years wouldn't have sucked. Instead, he got locked in the boss's creepy lab. Weller kept calling him a pathetic nobody. For fighting back, crank up the voltage tomorrow. They laughed. Slave by day, lab rat by night. They planned to carve a magic circle right onto his skin, just pumping weird potions into his veins to see what happened. His whole life was just property of the magic tower. Now, nobody believed him when he tried to spill the beans. The boss just threatened to hurt his friends if he talked. Game over. What else could he do? He shut his eyes, picturing Roland chasing him back in the day. Just a kid? Again. Totally oblivious. Back when she was bite-sized, Roland pitched a wild idea. Let's become magic legends. Pinky swear time. We locked fingers and made the pact official. Verdon wished his stats weren't total garbage. Just a tiny boost? Could things have been less? ... Disastrous. Cut to, now. Stuck in solitary, with ants, a literal room full of ants. Game over. Then that noise hit again. The soundtrack to every creepy lab set. Juice check. Am I at 0% yet? Rage quitting sounded nice. Squish. Sorry, ant bro. Wait, nope, can't tap out just yet. Not how I roll, it ain't over. Ooh, the bugs are swarming me again. Gotta survive. Gotta get even. Just suck it up and deal. Inner voice screamed, respawn and stomped them back. Time to break my limits and get absolutely Verdon knew he had to sharpen 7 years of payback until it cut deep. He decided right then. Some broken toy, he'd crack this code. Watch him. Brains alone don't beat raw power in this game. Gotta hack fate, trash the rulebook, and rewrite my own biology. Basically, I need God mode cheats to fight heaven. Verdon made the call. Tomorrow, I break the meter. The pieces are already on the board. The ultimate body hack unlocked the second I accepted death. Irony, right? Now, there was just one thing left. Prove it works. This artifact is my one-shot magic ticket. Magic can wait. First, I make my move. Tomorrow night, I'm busting out of this joint. Night dragged on forever, but D-Day finally dawned. AM shift, Veller barked. Clean the lab, maggot, mop the blood, patch the cuts. Did I seriously cry all night? Embarrassing? Festival prep means 0, chill time. Chop chop, scrubbing the lab like a good little servant. Spotless. Then Ravlin popped into the room solo cleanup, she asked. Why are you here? I shot back. Just saying bye to my bestie, she shrugged. Right, she's off to Verdon, the fancy magic hub abroad. VIPs only. Only the top tier. Nerds get that golden ticket. Grats, I told her. Hope you kill it out there. Come with me, she urged. Offer still on the table. You could ditch these haters. Seriously, they're losers. You'd actually get to learn magic there. She turned bright pink. Don't get weird ideas though. I just need a chat, buddy. I gave a fake smile. All right. Promise. Then watched her carriage roll away. Clueless, she had no idea about the hell show happening here. Some dude behind him yelled for Verdon to follow. Like, right now. Verdon gave the girl props for one thing. She didn't kill his vibe. The Magic Fest was a global hype event, celebrating the ARG Tower and Magic's comeback. Total history lesson. Tower was absolutely packed today. When the party starts, the top-tier mages bail to big cities. Only the noobs stay behind. Verdon knocked and slid inside. Guy asked why he was creeping around so late. Kid said the big boss wanted the loot room cleaned up. Guy griped, should have asked first. Use your brain? Maybe? Bus, let him in, but warned, don't scratch my stuff, bro. Verdon was like, got it, and opened the vault. First move, hit the silencer gadget. Just had to slap the magic ball. Easy peasy. Verdon knew it was showtime, and floated down the magic stairs to start the chaos. Saw a bunch of glowing rings and dials everywhere. He eyed circled to ancient bling that cost the boss a fortune. It lets you cast 3 spells and unlocks hidden cheats. Verdon figured he needed a staff for the heist, had to hack the security circle first. Then cracking a level 7 Lockhart boss casted himself. Verdon spent 7 years studying the counter. He was gonna smash the boss's pride with his own bare hands. Some guy at the table was salty that everyone else was out partying, stuck guarding the power. His buddy said, sucks to be us, bro. The dude, gripping a huge mug, said, that's the only reason he's dealing with it. If skill actually mattered, he'd be the chosen one. Door popped open. Verdon stood there. Guy yelled, just in time. Grab us more drinks, kid. Swore when he's boss, he's ditching the cheap juice. Friend rolled his eyes. Becoming boss ain't easy, man. Verdon spun around and dipped staff in hand. Dude insisted he's definitely gonna run this place. Pal promised free booze if that happens. Verdon started casting. Guy was like, yo, what are you doing? Asked if Verdon was crazy. Kiddo was totally shocked. Guy jumped up, screaming traitor, and freaking out. Time to beat some sense into him. Level 3, tsunami spell dropped. Energy everywhere. Verdon fired a level 3, earth spear, wave wrecked. Mage saw the spear zooming, didn't even have time to scream, took a hit right to the chest, started leaking red. Totally clueless on how Verdon pulled this off. Dude's a level 1 noob. Since when can he cast? Verdon grilled him. Shocked, the guinea pig bites back. Mess around and find out. Folks, first time Verdon got up close to the towers. 7 years grinding for this moment. Steely mana, he's ready to beef with the gods now. Flop this, and he's totally toast. But, gotta shoot your shot, right? Staff gripped. Our hero hit the circle center, right by the core. Body remix started, sparks flew everywhere. Time to square up with the sky. Verdon yelled as the energy surge went wild. Giant laser beam blasted the sky, lighting up everything. Some dude right in a carriage clocked that huge energy blast. Tower boss figured it out. Someone crashed his party. Verdon clawed out of the wreckage, staff still in hand. The boom leveled the whole place flat. Still breathing, then the plan worked. He peeked around, someone was zooming in fast. Is that the boss? He totally sensed his minions got wrecked. Boss saw the ruin and rushed to his missing tower. Boss couldn't believe this mess. A teleport circle, who dared mess with his turf? He raged. Emperor or Bread I'll find ye and wreck ye. Verdon just wanted a serious nap. Couldn't move, just chillin' here sounded nice. Hear that water? Where the heck is he? Checked his reflection. Whoa, what happened? New look? Brown hair's gone, ash gray now. Dark eyes turned pure blue. Verdon's a whole new dude. Glitch in the body remix maybe. Verdon figured he handled those tower goons and beat the sky gods. He warped out fast before Boss Man caught him. Never seen a forest like this. Tower had 0 plants. Means he warped half the map away. So he remixed his bod and bailed via a preset circle. Verdon yelled, finally free, baby. Wonder how salty the tower bosses are in. Bet he's raging. Towers, toast, and the lab rat bailed. But that wasn't enough to wipe the tower out. Minions down, but boss will clap back for sure. Folks didn't call Belroga Beshi and the Almighty, just for kicks. Verdon figured that was plenty for the moment. Towers get fixed. He gets buff. Then, payback time. Plan, wreck the boss's legacy, make history, look cool doing it. Vengeance, and leveling up as a hashtag goals. Time to kiss that magic tower, goodbye. Saw a creep, axe in a box. 1 wind cutter later, creep toast. Verdon stared at his hand, thinking, ... 0 difference. Casting felt exactly the same. Guess the body reboot had a glitch or two. New hair and eye color, sure, but otherwise, same old him. Even his mana tank was unchanged. Whatever, mystery for later. But goblins lurking meant civilization wasn't far off. He checked the box. Fresh cart tracks? Someone bailed fast. Definitely, a drop loot and run situation. Time to ping the map. Mana detection. Found the trail. The getaway ride was still booking it. Some kid was driving the cart, totally freaking out, yelling at his horse. How'd I get here? The fact that, ... he bumped into some discount bandits. Not the issue. He knew his total lack of ... people skills and name-dropping barren pipe. ... Plus, his guards ditching him? Still, not the worst part. But that orc's creepy grin, nightmare fuel. While Shrek fought the bandits, the kid floored it. Heard a roar behind him. Great, they're chasing me. He screamed at the horse to move its butt. Bonk. Wheel hit a rock. Cart flipped. Game over. He went flying, ate dirt, then scrambled up. Dizzy, his back was absolutely screaming in pain. Then he saw glowing eyes in the dark. Tons of danger incoming. Monsters stepped out of the shadows. A whole mob, and wow, they looked hideous. Could he really die to these freaks? No wait, they've rushed him. Weapons out. He braced for the end. Bam! A stone wall boxed him in instantly. Safe from monsters, but stuck in a rock tomb. Oops! Probably should have left an air hole. My bad. Verdon hopped on to the ... mound. Gotta kill these things before the kids suffocate. First real brawl, since the reboot. Goblin didn't count. The beasts raged and charged at him. Perfect time for a test drive. Let's try some fire magic. Fire arrows zoomed out, roasting the beasts instantly. Totally lit. Big Boss barked orders to swarm and flatten the dude. Rude much. Verdon didn't pause, unleashing a wicked whirlwind right after. Then he pulled a Yup, 2 skills at once. Show up. A spicy rain of fire arrows poured down on the creeps. Verdon steered them like a pro gamer with just his hands. He was shook. Before, couldn't even squash a goblin. Now, beast mode. Major power-up confirmed. Verdon scanned the area after a sec. Total squad wipe. Gotta save that guy before he stops breathing. Or else, this whole trip was a bust. Surprise! Massive beast popped up behind the kid. It survived. Later, the kid was driving. I'm Conrad. Won't forget this. Verdon was chilling in the back of the cart. Kid asked how to repay him. Verdon, eyes on the road, or we flip. Conrad asked if that massive swarm of monsters was actually risky or just a nuisance. Guy talks too much, Hero thought. Verdon admitted it was kinda dicey. When he realized one baddie survived, there was 0 time to think. Verdon sidestepped the beasts. Swipe, and used wind cutter. The monster's head went flying. The kid claimed it was no big deal. Chill. Verdon asked Conrad, so, monsters coming around here. Heard bandits usually steer clear of monster turf. Driver said it was his first time seeing him here. Weird. Conrad mentioned this. Forest belongs to Baron Pike. Said he was pen pals with the guy. Thought bandits here were history. That's why he went solo on the normal route. Oops, but luck totally ditched him today. Verdon thought the teleport flopped. But, guess, it worked, since he landed on Baron Pate's turf. Verdon figured even with his tracks hidden, and new look Boga Marine Tower could still track him down. Gotta stay incognito and grind levels for now. Yo, you listening? Conrad asked. Verdon, oops, forgot to intro myself. Hero said, name's Asher. Decided he'd save the name Verdon for the tower boss. Carriage rolled up to Pate's crib. Totally, dark out. Baron asked, what's the drama on the road, Conrad? Conrad grinned. Just some intense cardio running from orcs. Pate stepped up, asking, you good kid? Got jumped by bandits and monsters, Conrad replied. Pate eyed the hero. This the mage who saved my buddy. Said he couldn't ignore a savior standing right there. Verdon thanked him for the threads, grub and bed. Estate owner realized, oops, haven't introduced myself yet. Meet Baron Pate Henrod, the guy running this show. Pate pointed at the feast. Digging the snacks, Ash. Epic, I said. Then he dropped it. 5 million elks, for saving Conrad. When do you want the cash? Then he pitched a gig. Got a job if you're game. Pay was sick, and I needed the dough for my master plan. Plus, grinding magic XP in battle. Count me in. So, I asked, what's the mission? Pate got grim. Found Bodies in the South Woods recently. Turns out, they were locals from a nearby farm town. Whole place was trashed. Thought it was random, Pate said. But, nope. Bandits. Scoured the area, but found Zip, like magic, wiped him off the map. Mage involved? I guessed, Pate nodded. Totally fishy. When do we hunt him down? 4 days, he said. Game day? A night rolled up? I'm with Pate on this. Name's Enoch. Enoch introduced the squad. Harris and the kid. Peric. Sup, I said. I'm Asura. Thought this was easy? Cash. Not a wild bandit chase. Pate wanted M. Crushed. Guess that's my penance for chilling here. Enoch pointed at 2 guys. Adventurers. Showed up chasing rumors about orcs. Reward must be fat. Gold-ranked pros. Basically equal 2 knights. Legit vets who buff their weapons with energy. Word is, at that rank, they solo monsters for fun. So, ... Why am I here? Enoch explained. Knights tank, well, but enemy range spells, we're toast. Best to avoid mages entirely. Tough luck. I spotted a magic circle ahead. I popped this spell. Enoch freaked. Where'd that come from? Here. Just camo. I shrugged. Classic trap. Hold tight. Gotta scrub the rest. The knights gaped. Did I just nuke that spell? Who is he? Explorers take jobs everywhere mapping zones, scaring beasts. But death tails them. Folks love him though. High risk, high fame. Problem is, get to open see too much death. You snap, then you start hunting people. So, he basically morphed into your average run-of-the-mill crook. Some strapped dude loomed over the wreck of a dead beast. He griped that nobody paid for the last battle, and now goblins were crashing the party. Plus, their snack stash was tragically empty. The boss told his lazy crew to quit slacking and hunt for dinner. Knights in the bushes were like, yep, those are our guys. Peric poked Enoch, asking for the game plan. They stood by, ready for the green light. Enoch wanted to rush him while they were chilling, but Verdon yelled, pause. I'm on anti-magic duty, the kid said. But we haven't scoped them out yet. If the enemy mage outlevels me, we're a toast. Then Verdon hatched a plan. The bandit boss ranted about all the wasted grinding he did to expand their turf, just to see his hired noobs get wrecked. His buddy told him to take a chill pill and strategize. Who knew some cackling orc, laughing like a total clown, would wipe out their whole squad? Back in his lab rat days, he never predicted a mess like this. Vargas voted they just go raid a different village. But Vilshin said the Baron was super salty about the tree incident. So, nope, stealth magic saved our skins, Vilshin said. But we gotta bounce. Word is, Marty's town is just around the corner. Let's rob the neighbors. Subtly boom. Fire attack incoming. Vilshin blocked it. Yo, someone's blasting magic at us. Which meant their cover was totally blown. Right then, the 3 knights rushed the bandits. Mana shields go up fast, but they shatter like glass because they're weak. Break one, and the caster gets hit with nasty record. One's a mage, Verdon noted. I've clocked his power level. He was ready to 1 versus 1 the guy, just like planned. Counting on you. Lord Asher, Enoch replied. Vargas clicked. The Baron sent a hit squad to delete us. The hired help failed, so Vargas and Enoch squared up. Verdon took off after the fleeing village. He tried to bolt, shocked by the tail. Earth, magic, lucky me. But you need at least 3 circles to actually fly. Vilshin yelled, you're just gonna stand there? Ice arrows launched. Vilshin decided to swing first. Only 2 circles. He could crush this rookie. Then Verdon, shot fire. Vilshin, dodged. Not bad for a weakling. But this kid definitely picked the wrong fight. He spotted a silhouette through the smokescreen. If you brought a knight, he scoffed, I'd be in trouble. But Sola, he could wreck this guy and bail. Verdon stepped out of the fading haze. He wasn't planning on letting this dude bail. Vilshin was shook. Cocky kid, sure, but slinging complex magic this young.
What?
He hadn't seen a prodigy like this in ages. Bet the kid didn't think he was about to get wrecked. Boom. 3rd circle, falling ice. Activated. Vilshin threw up his hands, trying to shield up, but the kid swatted that spell like a fly and fired earth spears. Verdon was untouchable. Vilshin panicked house, a 2-circle noob using tier 3 spells. His brain was practically breaking. 3rd circle spells and 4 elements. Is he cheating? Was he trolling everyone this whole time? Splat and earth. Spear turned Vilshin into a shish kebab. Glad he came. Verdon finally figured out mage combat. Suddenly, a giant monster roared. It was clutching a wrecked bandit like a rat. 2 days ago, Verdon whipped up some sketchy potion with tower loot. He dubbed it Magic Expansion Chains. Flashbacks to his nightmare shifts at the tower hit him. Zero desire to test stuff on people ever again. But hey, that juice got him to the third circle. Verdon checked Yep, dude looked totally toast. Needed a receipt for this beat so people would actually trust him. Verdon eyed the mage's staff. He grabbed it to check the stats. Magic stone wand, enchantement, faster casting, plus a nice magic buff. Sweet. He figured he'd keep it. Super handy. Perek popped up. "You good, bruh?" he said after clearing the trash. He started worrying about Asher. The hero shrugged. "Sorry, that dude was tougher than he looked. Talk a minute?" Perek eyed the wreckage. "Yeah, looks like a total brawl." Verdon asked if the knights mopped up the rest. "Just the boss left," Perek said. "Enoch's handling him. Should be wrapped up by the time we arrive." Verdon asked, "What's the protocol on their loot?" "Lord says, grab what you want, unless he dibs it." Verdon thought of Baron Pat and figured, "This wand is mine." Enoch nodded. "Nice work, Asher. Without your magic, we'd have been in deep trouble." Asher grinned. "Solid XP farming for me." Veridia tied up, was confused. They actually beat Seemed impossible. If he stayed, the Lord would execute him. Can't die in some random village, too much left to explore. Varga made the call. Time to eat himself out of here. Guys scrambled up, shoved the knight, and bolted for the woods. Varga sized up the opposition and realized, without Vilchan's mojo, he was totally cooked. Only one play. 0. The knight, GTA, his horse, and dip. Vaya rushed him. Big mistake. Enoch was way too buff. Enoch cut the sword hand and yoinked Varga by the collar. He launched his enemy with a hip toss. "Tie this loser up tight," he barked. Blade at the guy's neck. Enoch warned, "I'm not playing games." Once the thug was handled, Enoch told the mage, "My bad for the mess. Usually, I'm chill. If he wasn't rushing, he'd have totally decapitated the guy." Asher admitted, "Okay, that was actually sick." Asher eyed the others. "Why are they breathing?" Enoch knew a few. Probably leftovers from that farmer's town raid. Drag him to the crib, ID them, then decide their fate. Harris shouted, "Yo, pack it up. We're bouncing." Prisoners in tow. Suddenly, one bandit bolted for the trees, screaming, "I'm too young to die." Harris drew his blade. "I'll handle this clown." Asher was like, "Wait, hold up." Dude vanished, then instantly screamed for help. Verdon smelled blood. Then, bang. Guys, head flew back out. Knights were shook, orcs camping in the bushes. "For real?" "Probably," Asher shrugged. A giant beast stepped out. The same one the adventurers couldn't beat. Verdon wondered if you could even call that thing an orc. Plus, our hero sensed backup. A dozen creepers followed. Looked like they were facing the boss monster. It looked just like the one from last time. Grinning ear to ear. Literally. And huge. It totally towered over its minions. High-level mob Verdon figured. Boss ordered the attack. Enoch yelled, "Defense! Get in formation. Target the goblins first. Deal with orcs later." Enoch leaped up and slashed the boss's chest. It hit the dirt, roaring and leaking blood everywhere. Then it snatched a green goblin and squeezed hard. The knights were totally freaked out. It wolfed down the goblin, spat out the bones. Then the boss stood up, grabbing his sword. Verdon gasted, healed by eating its friend. "We're screwed," Enoch hint. Beast hurled its sword. He barely blocked it just in time. But why? Eat the weapon. Snap! The orc's blade exploded, turning poor Harris into a human pincushion. He screamed his head off, leaking blood all over the place. Enoch yelled a warning, but that weaponless beast closed the gap way too fast. Perek panicked and just took a swing at the ugly guy's arm. Big mistake. His blade got wedged deep in the meat and wouldn't budge. Bam! Earth spear, skill, go. That monster got totally wrecked. Asher yelled, "Get behind me." Perek scrambled back, gasping, "I'm good." Perek was bummed. How's he supposed to fight without his sword? Asher guessed the beast buffed up after snacking on that goblin. Perek swore he hit with full force, trying to slice that arm off. Since when are orcs this jacked? Never heard of that. Maybe it's a legendary boss. Absorb health, buff stats, control minions, the works. Def not your average grunt orc. Thing hits like a freaking knight. Verdon scoffed. If that's it, pretty lame for a special boss. Normal spells cap out. Dump all the mana you want. The owl stays small. Push past the limit and the spell just fizzles. Basic magic law. But earth control? That hack has 0 limits. Verdon triggered it, and the ground went nuts with overflow energy. The knights freaked out. Whoa. Earthquake. Monsters in a quake. Give me a break. Enoch barked. Chill out. It's just Asher doing his mage thing. Once the spell dropped, the vibes on the field totally shifted. Enoch admitted staying chill right now was kinda hard. Suddenly, they're stuck on a tiny island inside a giant pit. The monsters clawed at the walls, desperate to get up there. Asher cast a third circle fireball. Clap. The pit turned into an oven. Perrick grinned. They roast nicely. Enoch said, "Easy there." Perrick shrugged. "What? I like the BBQ show." Level 3, fireball doesn't have a growth cap. But nobody mains this spell cause it guzzles mana like crazy. Totally not worth the mana cost. Usually, Verdon figured with enough juice. This beats higher tier magic. Too bad he can't pull that off yet. Big Ugly kept snacking on goblins. Healing through the fire. Asher sighed. Won't burn. Fine. Time to cool him off. Clutching his new staff, Asher just yeeted himself into the pit. He spammed multiple ice arrows and unleashed winter hurricane. He planned to turn this guy into a popsicle so it couldn't run. Double cast arrows of bitter cold. Even with infinite heals. It can't move if it's a giant ice cube. Ice sphere. Go. Be snagged. Welcome to Magical Veranda. Dudes chilling on the porch, spilling tea over actual tea. Bro was shook. Wait, Magic Tower's closed? Seen it all. Now, word is the power core went boom. Old guy goes, "You actually buying that?" Mages are toast. Towers, totally way direct for just a power surge. Dude called it karma or a setup. One lucky survivor claimed they actually nailed their theory. Did they get mail during the grind? Someone locked Bamer Tower. Mages wouldn't do that. Heard some lab tests were happening downstairs. Maybe that's it. Mage heard that and snatched him up. Say that again? Plot twist. Mage was a chick. She grilled him on Bam Tower's fate. Crowd cheered the squad, making it home. Bandits crushed. Back in Pyatt. Baron threw a bash. Baron told the crew they totally killed it. Miracle, nobody died. But where's Asher at? Hero suited up, like my bad? I'm late. Baron's like perfect timing. Grab a drink. Everyone gave props to the Baron. Shocked that regular grunts got invited to. Azure said they protected the hood. Who cares about rank? Baron asked if those bandits were OP for normal robbers. Asher admitted they weren't your average goons. Dude thought with those skills, they could have just chilled. Baron was like, facts. Intel says these guys were gold rank adventurers. But 2 years back, one offed his buddy and dipped, went ghost after that, but formed a crew here. Gold is 4th best rank. You gotta grind hard for that. Hero wasn't shocked at the 10 million elk bounty. Makes sense why the Baron's grinning. If Asher sat this out, way more peeps would have died. Baron said the kid wrecked bandits and demi-humans too. The adventurers, guild sent props. Asher's the local VIP now. Baron Pate said the wine was hitting hard. Asher thinks he's wasted. Pate's happy. The villagers are free. Held a solid service for the victims too. Pate told everyone to toast. Meet Asher, the mage who basically saved the whole Pate hood. The after party was a total Wanati, from the stiff vibes back at the tower. Just a massive ragger, where rank didn't matter. Everyone chilled together. Back at the Magic Tower? Yeah, totally different story. The locals were so wholesome, it actually hit our hero right in the feels. First time Verdon actually cracked up since busting out of that prison. Little did they know, the tower drama was about to ruin everything. Ravelin rolled up to the tower, and, wait, it wasn't a crater. Guess the gossip mill was being extra again. Some dude flagged her down. Yo, you fresh back from Variant? She nodded. Yeah, heard the energy core threw a tantrum and blew up. But honestly, it wasn't a total wasteland, which was a huge relief. The guy was like, chill, we can patch this place up fast. Where's Verdon? She asked. He pointed at a mob. Over there? Everyone was staring at a missing persons list. Major, red flag. She scanned it and there was Verdon's mugshot. No way! Said he vanished while on duty in the power room. Was that hangout seriously the last time she'd see him? And cue the ugly crying. She couldn't help it. He was fam. A hand landed on her head. Hey, quit the walk. Getting mad at the world won't fix anything. She looked up and whoops. It was Balrog, the big boss himself. Okay, spill. She sniffled. What actually went down? System crashed during the fest, he said. Everyone at the core, toast. Years of data and research. Deleted just like that. All that backbreaking, grinding for absolutely nothing. Even the treasury, security fried, that's gonna cost a fortune. The loot, spellbooks, rare artifact, all gone. Can't even put a price tag on a disaster this big. But the real tragedy, we lost experimental subject. Set, we need his brain back to recover our lost save files. The boss smirked. But hey, at least we can get payback. Missed the main villain. But we've got a solid lead. Meaning, she asked, someone ghosted 3 hours before the blast. I pulled every string I had to. Stalk is past. Found us. He tossed her a pendant. Ravelin stared. It was the dark hour symbol. Creepy? Those weirdos who study taboo magic and want world domination. What were they even doing here? No clue how they got in, boss said, but they're definitely sus. Balrog cracked his knuckles. To honor the fallen, I'm building a squad to delete Dark Hour. And guess what? Saved a spot on the roster just for you. He grinned. Judging by her face, she was already game. Rolling smashed the gem. in her fist, fuming, then thanked the tower boss for waiting. Days later, the explorers rolled into Pite. Dude apologized to Asher for the mess. He said they figured the orcs were huge trouble, so they sent gold ranks, but got wrecked. Asher was chill, calling it an accident. Guest thanked the mage and dropped a reward slip. Paid extra for risk in that weird orc body. Total, 24 million L. After tax, only half stays. They said, non-guildies lose 50% to tax. Can't refuse. Imperial law says so. Dodge it. That's jail, for theft. Guild rep knew, a legal hack to skip it. Asher knew the invite was coming. Yep, their guild has low tax for top tiers. Asher starts silver. Verdon worried about limits. He agreed though. Money isn't everything. He needed power for revenge. 7 years as a lab rat, but his soul was still a mage. Now at the Pot Guild, mages love digging up secrets. So he brought the dead orc for study. Guild had a magic freezer tool. Red eyes and skin. No biggie. But the ripped mouth and buff body were wild. Way different from pro-orc warriors though. Not smart either. Probably a mutation, not ev, but there's zero proof explaining. Healing and crazy strength just from food. Verdon saw a scar on its head. Regen means resetting the body. It healed burns, but failed one spot, leaving a scar. Verdon figured if that's true, it got powers after getting hurt. Scar was from the cut. Only evolution gives powers later. Someone made this orc, that's super bad. Asher told the knights to skip the send-off. Perrick said, you saved me. Bruh, I owe you. Asher got a ring, cloak, and mana boost, plenty. Enoch said chill, because he totally earned it. Perrick dipped, telling Asher to drop his name anytime he hits up a Conrad's guild branch. Instant VIP status. Totally worth the flex for a mage. Just some random town sitting on the line between Pyatt and Martis. Verdon killed his flight mode and touched down. A quick map check showed this was the only pit stop around. Crash here tonight. Hit the city tomorrow. Solid plan. Spotted 2 locals, yapping prime targets for gathering intel. Time to be nosy and see what the drama is about. Popped whisper of the wind. Yup, they're complaining about goblins. Those little gremlins swiped all the farm animals. Cost a fortune to hire heroes, even though the locals swore they could handle it. Other guy was like, yeah, until someone gets wrecked. Asher just stood there, soaking up the tea. One dude argued that squashing goblins is pro-work, and by morning, it'd be done. So quit whining. Pricey help. Verdon wondered if the green guys were actually lurking. Normies treat M like annoying bugs. Starts with stealing snacks, ends with raiding towns and eating people. That's why the second a goblin pops up, the go-to-move is calling pros. Pretty standard stuff, Verdon thought. Then his buddy asked if the gossip was true. James actually spotted a monster in the woods. Other guy hushed. Himbalage, Elderband, that topic days ago. James was checking his snares and found a beast snag. Heard a boar squealing and spun around. Saw a massive goblin mouth ripped wide, open scarfing down the boar. Verdon froze. A giant goblin with a ripped mouth. No way. Too specific to be random luck. An arrow took the thing out bullseye right in the eye. Some hunters nearby claimed the kill. M&A a silvering. My aim's getting sick, right? Laka another silver. Let out a massive sigh. You hit a target 2 feet away. Chill on the bragging. The squad told them to zip it. They're on the clock. Iris asked Mild. Pick up any goblin trails. Mild pointed. That cave screams goblin hideout. Iris spotted a bone totem. Bad news. That symbol means elite hobgoblin. Stay sharp, or this goes south fast. Smash the alarms and totems first, Iris ordered. Iris fired up her piercing gaze. Boom. Instant night vision for the squad. Who needs lanterns? Iris grinned. Darkness is our friend now. Locke nodded. That's our leader. Always clutch. They crept in. Iris glanced back, making M&A ask, what's up? Thought I felt a mana spike. Iris whispered. Deep in the cave, gobs were chilling around a fire made of, thwack, out of nowhere. An arrow nails one of them, right in the melon. Dude dropped like a sack of potatoes. The squad rushed in screaming like total maniacs. M&A grinned. Easy mode. We'll wrap this up in no time. Don't get cocky, Iris snapped. Oh, look, another room ahead. What's the deal with that? Boss room, maybe? M&A guessed. Iris sighed. Just signal if you die. M&A crept forward. Whoa, Goblin Graveyard Central. Who wrecked these guys? Locke trailed behind. What happened here? Then M&A heard a noise that gave her the serious creeps. Gross. A monster snacking on its own brothers. The squad froze. Giant cannibal freak. Is that a mutant or what? Nobody warned us about this nightmare fuel. Gotta squash it. If it's solo, we can totally take it. Iris called the shots. M&A. Poke. It's right eye out. Mild. Locke. Be annoying distractions. I'll finish the job. M&A snuck up super close and locked onto the target. Bullseye arrows smacked right into the eyeball. Blood everywhere. The beast shrieked like a banshee. Locke leaped in, bonking it on the noggin with his sword. Boom! Iris fired up her mana explosion, magic circles glowing. The wounded brute grabbed a dead gobbo with its massive yeeted the body straight at Iris. Locke's jaw dropped. Did it just throw a dude? He screamed. Duck, Iris. Surprise! Air rail kicked in, knocking the flying gobbo off course. Splat. Body hit the wall. Nasty red stain left behind. M&A didn't waste a second, firing off a few more shots, turning the monster's head into a pincushion. It tripped and face-planted. M&A rushed over. Iris, you good? I'm chill, she replied. Iris thought, yikes, that hit would have been game over. But the body swerved midair. M&A shrugged. We won. Nobody died. Let's go get paid. Meanwhile, someone was creeping, watching the show from the dark cave depths. Verdon thought, glad they're safe. Invisibility perks are nice. Sneaking around, let 'em spot. One of those weird lab experiments. The escaping monsters all had that creepy Joker smile. But this gobbo, kinda unique, didn't have super strength or regen powers like the others. Eating buddies didn't buff it up either. Maybe just a big dude or a failed lab rat. Iris stayed put. Gotta check for any leftover She'll put M&A on watch while Locke and Miles split up to scout. Verdon clocked the mage girls. Skills good, mana sense. Total leader material. She'd sensed his mana outside. Lucky for him, she couldn't actually pinpoint where he was hiding. Suddenly, some rondo appeared in the cave. Did I miss a party? He asked. Iris frowned. This guy was definitely no adventurer. Who's this creep? One step closer, and she'd blast him. The guy gave a fake sorry for skipping the intro, claimed he was the guardian of this dump they'd just trashed. Stranger muttered, the monster was way too hype. Thing even built a totem and flagged everyone down. Such a Guess the brainwashing didn't totally chill. It's instincts. He asked if they'd seen the goblin glitching out or acting weird. Their silence said enough, just a big ugly creep to them. If the professor found out, he was gonna totally lose it. Dude shrugged. What's done is done. Right. Time to focus on the cleanup. Meaning, they all had to die. Iris scoffed. You taking us all on solo? Seriously. The stranger nodded. Yep, you guys wrecked my specimen and ruined the experiment. Plus, I can't exactly trust you not to blab about this cave on the socials. Iris smirked. What if, ... We Pinky, promised to keep our mouths shut. Your promises are trash, he sneered. Nobody leaves here alive. He pulled his sword, grinning. I really want to hear you guys scream. So, he taunted. Who wants to bite the dust first? Only one dying is you, pal. A voice cut in. Stranger laughed. Cute, lot of big talk. Then he froze. Wait, the voice was behind him. Who the heck? ... The voice mocked him for trying way too hard to sound cool. When he gave that cringy, I want to hear screams, speech, our hero casually stepped between the squad and the creep. I was gonna chill, the lad sighed, until you crossed the line. Mr. Blacklad wasn't bluffing about wiping them out. Verdon caught the slip calling the goblin a test subject. Plus, he dropped the name of some professor pulling the strings. Definitely linked to those creepy slit-mouthed Joker monsters, Verdon figured. Who are you? The stranger demanded. Verdon smirked. Need you no basis. Buddy. The villain scoffed. Doesn't matter anyway. You're just gonna die with the rest of them. Verdon launched a multi-fire arrow skill straight at his face. Boom. A pulse blasted the enemy back with a shockwave. Verdon's eyes narrowed. Guy had a serious speed buff. Definitely juiced up on some kind of energy boost. Hits weren't as heavy as the Pite Knight, but his speed? Way crazier. One-shotting this guy wasn't gonna happen. Time for a strategy remix. Villain whined about spell spamming, then decided to speed hack. Verdon casts Winter Wind and Ice Spike. Chill out. Then the bad guy totally glitched out. Ice and wind simultaneously. Is that even legal? Okay, this kid isn't some random NPC. Boom. Ice explosion. Sharp shrapnel everywhere. Duck. Villain scoffed. Flashy. Kid. But you missed. Lame. Mr. Black Hoodie lunged with a nasty sword poke. Verdon dodged it like he was dancing. Smooth. Everyone gasped. Since when do squishy mages dodge swords? Are his reflexes buffed, or what? Villain claimed he was just baited. Yeah, right. Weird flex for a mage, he thought. Won't fool me twice. Verdon grinned. Fine, I'll mage it up. Crowd goes wild. Suddenly, the floor goes express elevator mode. Scary stuff. How high we going? Iris yelled. He's hacking the terrain. That spell burns mana like cash. But this dude doesn't care. Iris gasped. Double spell. Instant cast. What is he? His mana bar must be infinite cheat codes. Totally unheard of. She's never seen a build like this. Villain's confused. Why are you retreating, coward? Thought you were fighting? High ground doesn't make you God. The stranger in black just couldn't process it. Why drag the audience up to the VIP section too? Despite the mana drain, the villain checked his shoes. Did the fire just toast the ice? Even the Dusty Academy teachers can't usually pull this off. Level 3, Thunderstrike. Seriously, who is this guy? Fire, ice, wind. Now, triple spell. He's collecting all. Verdon asked. Hey, that orc and Paid look familiar? They both belong to that Professor Creep, right? Villain realized. Oh, so you silenced my orc buddy? Bleeding out, the guy asked. You from the Ark? Verdon flinched. The what? Villain caught the slip-up. Intel time, Verdon pressed. Where's the professor? I want to know about his weird science projects. Villain thought. Kid knows too much. Gotta delete him. He decided to rage quit and take everyone with him. Verdon was like, nope, and hit the Earth permission skill. Tried to find clues about the hand signs, but not a... Verdon looked at the squad. Okay, let's wrap this up. He told them, I'm captain now. Do what I say. The group scrambled out of the cave. Iris slid over. Mission accomplished. Bossman. Chief paid out a bonus reward. Iris tossed him the loot bag. Said she basically blackmailed their mutant goblin secrets. Or pay up. Elder dropped 1,000,000 elks to shut them up. Adventure Boss was like, we're done here. Let's roll. Verdon split the cash. Told the crew, keep a cut for yourselves. The dude holding the bag grinned. Call it a service fee. Verdon asked for bodyguards for the trip to Marty's city. Cave drama over. Verdon hit the road with Iris's squad. On the trip, the leader geeked out, asking about magic theory and elements. Our hero was chill with it. Happily talked shop with her. Reached the city. Verdon figured a place this big gotta have a bank. Adventurers had to file boring guild reports. Said their boss would play tour guide for the kid around Mart. She asked, where to first? Mystery man. Gotta grab my reward and open a multi-currency account, Verdon said. Also need a card that works with digital pay. Iris pointed to City Hall first. She knew these streets cold. Mild freaked out. Iris is actually calm. M&A was shook too. Is this chill dude the same one who wrecked that guy in the cave instantly? Anyway, bounties for now. Crooks get paid at City Hall. Verdon headed in. Almost got busted. No ID since the body swap. Guard at the door was like no ID, no entry. Needed at least some plastic to flash. Luckily, Baron Pate's name got him past the velvet rope. Inside, they told the kid, yeah, we got the memo. Heard, he did some pretty epic stuff. The boss said Helrid was super generous before leaving the Baron's turf. Take it as thanks for saving Pat. Family connections, and all that. Verdon also scored a free ID card, boom, bank account unlocked. Everything's coming up rosy. Hero already had a stash back in Ver, but using it here? Bad move. Tower boss would track him instantly. I had to stay low-key and play it safe. Verdon told the smith, make it look like a staff. Smith said, need materials and time. Back in 3 days. This was the local, Marty's Forge. Smith tossed a loaner over. Iris asked, you a staff or wand guy? Staffs, he said. Used to handle brooms a lot. Same vibe. The squad rolled up to the Marty's public library. Verdon asked, got any spellbooks in the stacks? Iris shrugged. Yeah, but probably too basic for a pro like you. Beginner stuff is exactly what I need, Verdon replied. In the main hall, Verdon grabbed a massive stack of books. The register guy was like, yeah, that's literally impossible. Verdon flicked his card over. Charge it. Top floor. Lorax Hotel. Chop chop. The worker blinked, confused. Which stack? Verdon pointed. Literally everything I just touched. The clerk realized he just hit the commission jackpot of a lifetime. Verdon secured the loot, opened a bank account, hired minions, and rented every spellbook available. Iris groaned. I am actually dying of exhaustion. She eyed the mystery mage. So, we hit all your spots. Who are you again? Verdon nodded. Thanks. I maxed out for today. Just today. Wait. She realized she totally blanked on asking his name. What do I call you? Name's Asher, he replied. Or whatever you want, really? Iris shrugged. Cool. Let's drop the formal junk. Just be chill. She is getting way too comfy, way too fast, Verdon thought. Iris realized it was the perfect chance to pry into the juicy stuff. So, why were you in that cave? Verdon paused, brain buffering. Telling her he saved them by accident sounded lame. He needed a cool lie. I was tracking that guy? Verdon improvised. Made sense. He totally grilled that dude about some professor earlier. Is he like a secret agent, hunting a shadow cult? Verdon, shut the book. Learn 0, but I'm done. Time to head back. Iris offered to guide him out. Since he was a total newbie, sure, he said. Eventually, they said their goodbyes. Night, catch you tomorrow. Iris called out. She flopped onto a bench, sighing. Finally, over. That dude is straight up bizarre. His magic stats are insane though. Controlling every element. His mana levels are literally off the charts. He is schooling academy professors on theory, and he is just a kid. Plus, he explains stuff perfectly. With that face card, he must be popular, she thought. But talk to him, and he gets super stiff and weird. Like chatting with a mannequin, or maybe he just coasts on his looks. She blushed hard. Why is his face stuck in her brain? but out of every wizard she has met since graduation, he is easily the most gifted, a total unicorn. Tomorrow, she decided, she would grill him on elemental spells. Suddenly, a massive boom and fireworks erupted behind her. She spun around. The Lorax Hotel was toast. Wait, Azure said he was crashing at the Lorax. A shadow walked out of the fire. Asher, she panicked. Big Boss heard Saren was history. Who smoked him? Found magic traces. The lackey reported, someone else took him out. Furious, the boss chucked his water glass at the poor assistant. Boss guy chilled out. Quit acting stupid, bro. Who iced? He asked again. Sidekick shrugged. Do know? But they got orders from the village. Boss groaned. Total bummer? Man, Saren was cool. Guess the guinea pig croaked too. Yup. Scrub the evidence. Gone. Find the guy who wrecked Saren. He mused. Those pipe wasteland test dudes went quiet. Now Goblin and Surgon are toast too. We were so close. Did the Ark guys spot us? Don't come back till Saren's killer is dust. Minion thought. I'll catch this punk, no matter what. Verdon walked in, reading. Staff on back. Learny cat ears. Kid was shooked. For real. That's it. Verdon mocked the magic director. Total useless new. Creeper under the bed wished the kid would snooze so he could end him. Bad guy paused. Why is it? Dead silent. BAM, Earthbone skill. Kava gone. Verdon blasted him. How'd he know? The goon panicked. Verdon cast. Fireball. Goon bailed outside. Instant explosions? Hacker. Blasting indoors? Is he crazy? Level 3 at least. I'm out. He yelled. That mage is nuts. He'll wreck the city. Townsfolk panicked. Are we doomed? Run. Call the guards. Someone screamed. Verdon scanned the mob for the sneaky killer, ignoring his radar. But the guy slipped up. Didn't stealth enough. Now he stuck out like a sore thumb. Obvious as a stain. Verdon spotted him running. Villain was confused. How's he tracking me? Who did the Ark send? A total beast. Dude didn't care about NPCs. Kept casting. Verdon shot magic arrows. Psycho. The goon thought. Target ducked into a building to hide. Verdon followed. Dude picked a squatter house. Some hobo asked why. He crashed the party for zero reason. Where is he? Verdon asked. Chill out, the guy said. You want info? Cough up some cash first. No choice. The rat was definitely here. Turns out, the creep was hiding right behind him. Out of nowhere, he stabs a bystander just to reach for ruthless. Our hero thinks, wow, backstabbing an innocent dude. What a Verdon isn't having it and instantly triggers his shockwave skill. The baddie loses his balance and gets yeeted across the room. The criminal figures, mages can't attack and defend at the same time. His plan? Bait the mage, shield up, drop a smoke bomb, and vanish. But Verdon totally read his mind and was already prepping a nice try. Then the villain realizes Verdon isn't shielding, he's charging his staff. The bad guy panics when he sees the mage has serious melee skills. Is he fighting a battle mage? Talk about rotten luck. Verdon lands a heavy hit, sending the crook flying and coughing up blood. Time for a combo. Earthbone skill. Activated. Magic circles pop up everywhere as Verdon unleashes a whirlwind. Our boy is not playing around today. Zero chill. But when the dust clears, the guy's gone. Just some blood left. Coward. Suddenly, a voice from behind yells, freeze, don't move. Verdon spins around to see a whole squad of armed guards. Great. The boss guard shouts, you're under arrest for arson and terrorizing the city. Mayor Henry wants the DR version of the report immediately. Is Asher actually the guy wrecking the city? Seems suspicious. The cop says, nah, Ash is the victim. Someone jumped him at the hotel. That assassination attempt is what started this whole messy Plus, it links back to a hit on a guild adventurer recently. That explains why he was put in charge of solving this crazy mystery. Guildmaster Oscar shows up at the briefing, looking super serious. The mayor is sweating, thinking Asher must hate their city by now. Then he asks, so, how trashed is the hotel? Oscar's like, just the top floor where Asher stayed. Could be worse. A slum criminal got taken out, and now they're hunting the killer. Guild boss adds, we got the scoop from Asher's bodyguard to, apparently, while he was grabbing honey in a cave, he fought a mutant goblin and a gunman. But Oscar says, we checked the spot and found absolutely zilch. No bodies, no monsters, like it never even happened. Spooky. The mayor realizes, yikes, sounds like a gang targeting adventurers. Does the guild boss really think things are this bad? Oscar sighs. That's exactly why I tried to get Asher some protection. The mayor asks, so, what went wrong with that plan? Oscar explains everyone thinks Asher caused the explosion. Fake news. And because of those rumors, nobody wanted to guard the guy. Total PR nightmare. The mayor agrees it's messy and calls his knights. Cut to. The next day, Verdon hits up the town hall and quickly buffs his staff. Showtime? Verdon figured since his gear was prepped, time to start snooping. A knight barged in and introduced himself as Jason, the city's vice captain. Said he's stuck guarding the mage while the threat level is high. Verdon guessed it's cause the whole town is in panic mode. He assumed a bodyguard meant the charges against him were dropped. But man, Jason looked super young for a level 3 knight. Verdon asked to go solo. The vice commander said, "Nope, we're a package deal." Asher shrugged. "My bad, but I gotta do this." Jason asked the plan. Half a day later, he asked again. Asher was like, "What's your problem?" The knight claimed he could escort him anywhere. Jason winned they hadn't rested once. "How much for?" Asher smirked. "We're here. Just some spot." Jason asked why. Then things got wild. Asher just nuked the building with magic. Jason froze. Is this dude nuts? He just blew up a house. The mage said he was hunting someone specific, looking for the guy who tried to off him yesterday. Jason blinked. The perp was actually here. Verdon tagged the guy's shoulder with a spell mid-fight last night. He'd learned a trick to link their mana signatures. It's called Trace. If it's active, the goon hasn't noticed. Suddenly, a hidden tunnel opened up in front of them. Jason was awestruck, but Verdon knew the trail led inside. The mage pointed out, "Judging by the size, this tunnel leads straight out of the city. You know about the shortcut?" The knight shook his head. He thought he knew every route. Jason panicked. "A secret exit, not on the maps." The knight realized security was totally compromised. "We gotta seal this." Asher told the guard to chill. "Priority 1 is catching the hotel bomber," Jason insisted. "Then we need backup. Now." "No time," Asher snapped. "He'll run." "We move now." Jason fumed. "Is he ignoring me because I'm just a deputy?" Meanwhile, the wounded crook limped down his escape route. He knew he'd wasted way too much time. He had to heal up and hide his trail, which slowed him down. If he messed up, the professor would totally wreck him. Maybe he should just bolt. Bad idea. The professor always finds his targets. All he could do was pray for mercy. The professor claimed to be the biggest shot in Marty City. Prof was livid. Checked for a corpse, found a total fiasco instead. Dude made such a scene. The mayor and the guild are onto us. Seriously, who broadcasts their hit list to the whole city? Prof tapped his foot. "Explain, make it snappy." The rookie stammered. "Got the order. Hit Marty's. Check the depot, ... Then he, ... double quotes, ... tracked the crib and set the trap. But the guy has a sixth sense, or something. Hit me with heavy magic. Tried to blend and bail, but the mage was glued to me. Barely ghosted him with a smoke bomb." Prof rolled his eyes. "You think smoke stopped him? Maybe the knight spooked him. The kid tried. That's gotta be why he dipped. A psycho mage scared of a few guards? Don't be naive." Prof pointed at the ... kid strip. "Burn that armor, now." The guy blinked. "Wait, seriously?" The rookie looked floored. "Why is it buzzing with mana?" "Oh right. The fight? Did that creep tag him with a tracker?" "We're busted," the professor screamed. "I'm grabbing the samples. You trash the lab and seal the door." Verdon smirked. "Signal died cause they found the bug." "Smart. Hate to break it to ya," the hero chirped, "but you're too late." Verdon eyed the armor guy. "Same build. Definitely my attacker." "So the ... old geezer in back is the mastermind." Prof squinted. "This is the Mad Mage. Ark's hiring weirdos. Now, the Ark." Verdon noted it. "Keep hearing that name. New plan, knock him out, ask questions later." Asterisk, Earth, Spear. Prof panicked. What are they doing?" "Screw it," Professor snapped. "Sticking to the plan. By me time, kid, whatever it takes." "You aren't leaving," Verdon said. Asterisk, magic arrow. The lackey stepped up. Sword ready. Boz is off limits. Verdon hesitated. Weak shot gets blocked. But, ... too strong, and I vaporize my only lead. Jason yelled, "I'll handle sword boy. Go get the old man." Verdon nodded and sprinted past. Where'd he go? Old guy couldn't get far. Verdon gagged, hand over his nose. "Ooh," Prof turned. "Why, you're fast." Security usually stops people. But hey, great timing. Check out my science project. Behind him, a cage. Glowing eyes, big teeth. Total nightmare fuel. Teach asked what the dude thought of his creepy crafts. Verdon figured these were the exact freaks he'd spotted. "Likely a whole squad here," Prof snapped. "Don't roast him. This is next level evolution. Not my best work. Sure, missed the mark a bit." He clicked a remote. "Still strong enough to shred ya." The beasts broke loose. "Feast your eyes, boy," he yelled. Zero time for this. Verdon sighed, firing thunderstrike. Then he doubled down on that shockwave. Those loose freaks got fried and tossed everywhere. Teach's jaw dropped. Who is this lunatic? He got scammed. Thought the kid was just a level 3 scrub. To pull that off, this dude's gotta be at least level 4, maybe maxed out. Decades of research, he cried, wasted in minutes. He smashed a wall button, freeing a rare beast from a tank. "Time to wake up my masterpiece," the professor announced. Verdon popped up behind him. "What you're up to, Pops?" Teach jumped. "You still breathing?" Squad should have crushed him. Verdon smirked. "Bad news. Toasted 'em all. Can't you smell the barbecue? Teach figured his samples were kinda glitchy. But solo in a squad? Kids, definitely a level 4 pro. Verdon pointed at the beast. Who's the ugly dude? My magnum opus? Teach good. My precious child, the devourer, my whole philosophy in the flesh. Eats meat to level up. The future of humanity. The baddie added. It's the ultimate upgrade path. Teach grabbed for the button. Verdon knew it was good. Verdon realized he was literally a split second too slow. Click. Teach hit it before he could stop him. Cannibalism is the future, Verdon thought. Yikes. The kid finally got the old man's crazy game plan. Beast squared up, bleeding out. Teach yelled, Mad Mage. Your mana marinated your meat perfectly for my kid. The monster grunted, me, want, food. Verdon blinked. Wait, the ugly thing actually talks? It roared, hungry? You look tasty. Gonna eat ya? Verdon guessed. The creep was buffing itself up. Mages grind for years, or use loot for tricks like that. The beast skipped the grind. It wasn't stopping, Verdon knew. It had the skills to spam attacks right in his blind spots. With skills like that, guess it earned the masterpiece title. The monster swung its arms and charged our hero. The kid managed to pop his shield just in time. With a smirk, our hero knew this devourer was total weak sauce. Dude had a weird backstory. 7 years as a lab rat in So yeah, he was basically a walking rage. Back in his room post-experiments, he'd take all that salt and channel it into some seriously overpowered magic theories. Maybe that's why getting buff just made him angrier. Eventually, the red haze cleared, and his brain started working. Verdon had to admit, the prof's work was kinda cracked. Compared to his, this devourer thing had stats matching the orc jesters of Pipe. It had that annoying regen factor like the jet, but with way better speed and flexibility hacks. Our guy swung his staff at the beast. It dodged right into an earth spear. Classic bait. He laughed. A magic arrow zoomed in for the double tap. Verdon figured any random knight could have soloed this scrub. Thing bites on every feint, just spams attacks with zero brain. Finally, the spear turned it into a monster. Kabah! Just a beast playing dress-up as a human, he decided. Verdon realized this masterpiece was actually pretty mid. Prof was shook. How does magnum opus catch an L like that? The thing steals traits from whatever it eats. That's how it keeps grinding levels forever. Prof thought he made a god, but it folded like a cheap chair. He told himself his baby was just groggy from the nap. It was just hangry and running on low battery. If he could feed it, he'd get its HP back up. Then they could wreck this mage and bounce. Verdon scanned the room. Bet there's logs hidden here? Yo, Professor, he asked. Where's the save data on this? Hand over the files or your pet monster gets deleted right now. The professor folded instantly. Figured he had an opening. Maybe nerd-to-nerd respect would save him. He passed the kid a massive notebook and told him to go ahead and read it. It held all his twisted research. Verdon cracked it open and skimmed. 2 seconds later, the kid yeeted the book at the floor. Useless trash. Dude, what's your problem? The professor gasped. Biologically, this is gold. Aside from the ethics, it rivals Yeah, gonna have to swipe left on that, Verdon replied. Plus, that in-game plan, that's gonna cost humanity, big time. The professor blinked, totally caught off guard. Was this wizard kid really gonna wipe them all out? Tell me what the arc is, Verdon said, and maybe I won't end you. Jason was speeding over, so 0 chill time left. To dodge the drama, he had to wrap this up fast. Verdon told the professor, time to go poo. The professor wind? Wait, I'm not done yet. Verdon lit a match and roasted the professor and his toy. Jason crashed in. Asher, you good, bruh? I'm chill, the mage said. You wrecked the killer? The knight grinned, smacked him hard in the ribs. Verdon figured Jason just bounced. Our guy spotted a marked map in the loot pile. Verdon guessed, looks like Martis's backyard. That red mark was sus. Suddenly, Verdon grabbed his head. Total brain freeze. He was running on empty mana. A few days after the professor got wrecked, chill vibes finally returned to the city. Henry raged about the prof's secret tunnel plot, so the city knights went full panic mode. They searched every nook and beefed up security. Bossa said, find tunnels, shut him down. But our hero was totally over it. He was busy juicing up his mana stats. Thanks to the hacks buffing his body, the MC spidering years of magic training in weeks, Verdon decided to level up to the next stage. He hit mid-tier rank 3 in basic magic. Big Boss on the throne asked, Professor really toast? I've been wanting to delete him for ages. Asher wrecked him. No more annoying professor. I gotta meet this guy. Verdon hit the training grounds. The professor marked. It was some creepy, abandoned lab, hidden under a mega tree in the forest border. Had a puzzle lock to get inside? Inside. Just gross bugs and rats. No people. Found a fang badge the professor wrote about. They also snagged some super tough Mac boot skin. No deets on the arc or the monster breeders. Still, the MC scored the rare skin and saved the city from doom. Solid win, he thought. Jason said. Mayor wanted him. Dekar was like, I owe ya. Asura went, no biggie. Mayor said, thanks to the shady plot Asura. Exposed. They busted the goons hiding in town, but got zero info cause the crooks were psycho. Played by that sketchy professor, Diker kept his massive win on the Guy agreed. Didn't want mass panic. Verdon knew clout equals cash and XP. Once he's clocked, as the city savior gigs would rain down. But the mayor hushed it up cause it hid a stash of epic loot, stuff nabbed by the city or crooks. Verdon flipped seeing the magic gear. He knew gear beats cash any day. Like a mithril sword, thirsty for mana, plus top-tier weapons and artifacts. Mayor's like, we got it all. Asha Kachio and pick his fave. Glory is easy. This loot, super rare. Verdon asked to check their stats. Diker was shook a mage, new items. Verdon spotted the staff of escape major casting speed buff. He eyed a cloak buffing death and fire. Plus, a ring boosting HP. Oh, cool! But nothing screamed me. Then a weird ring caught his eye. No stats popped up. Just junk. Diker said no rush. Take a sec. Sunset. Mayor's like, pick one. Verdon grabbed the auto shield chain. Nice pick, but doesn't it drain mana? Verdon just shrugged. I'm good. Diker felt chi giving just that. So he tossed in that weird ring too. Verdon blinked. Both. Really, you're a hero. Kid, take it. Verdon planned to stick around. I had to grab something vital. For on mine. Guys smashing rocks. Boom. Found a skull. Mid. Guy freaked. Buddy laughed. First time. Just looks weird here, man. Why is it so perfect? Creepy. He booted it. Problem solved. Whatever. Get back to grinding. Deadline's up, yo. What's behind you? Nothing? Bro, that busted skull was just vibing there, glowing and making weird noises. Super creepy. Suddenly, a bunch of undead creeps popped up and jumped the workers. The miners, totally freaked out, screaming to bail, ASAP. But the zombies were packing heat and blocked the exit. No escape. Total wipeout. They didn't stand a chance. Word got out fast. Viren mines are crawling with the undead. Since these monsters wouldn't die, Viam hit the panic button. A few lucky survivors spilled the tea on the horror show inside. The whole zone was shaken in their boots. Pure terror. Meanwhile, everyone was gossiping about Varan's tragic mess. A messenger hit up Martez. So our boy finally got the update. Verdon was practicing and asked Iris, did I nail this spell? She nodded, adding, yep, but we gotta move faster now. Took him a whole month to learn it. A month since the professor got wrecked. Verdon spent that whole time grinding magic levels with Iris. During a practice fight against an orc, our guy buffed his strength, speed, and senses. He leaped over the beast, swung his staff, and popped a barrier. He finally leveled up enough to use these combos in a real brawl. Iris was like, that was totally sick. He dropped the orc barehanded in just 13 seconds. Watching him, Iris thought, this guy is unstoppable. Verdon thanked her for the help. Iris gushed, Asher, you're amazing. You totally could have self-taught this stuff. Verdon admitted he was out of books and hitting a wall. Without Iris, he would have been clueless on spell magic. Iris swooned. Skilled, humble, and hot. Do guys like this exist? He is practically perfect. Total package. Why is he single? She asked. Asur, are you bad at talking to people? He spun around. Nope, not an issue for me. Iris felt like he just read her mind. It was written all over her face. Iris yelled, totally not what I meant. The big boss of the Marta Adventurers Guild, Mr. Oscar, said hi to Asher. He had a favor to ask. Oscar was digging into things when our boy got framed. He needed a mage, cause zombie hordes were swarming the Varen mines. There were way too many of them. He needed backup bad. Rumor is, touch them and get cursed. So, nobody wanted the job. Oscar heard Asa wrecked that professor. So he came knocking. Verdon didn't want to go, but his wallet was empty. He figured he'd boost his rep, so he said yes. People watching the mage noticed he was also a beast, at close combat with a staff. Not just a pretty face, the guy was ripped. Verdon mentioned weird rumors. Did Iris know? She was like, nope, nothing. But let's be real. Iris totally knew the score. Dude didn't expect her squad to tag along. Zombies don't scare her. Iris was like, Academy grads, don't sweat dumb curse rumors. Plus, they'd just chill in the back supporting Asher. Easy mode, free XP and achievements without lifting a finger. Score. M&A realized they were basically just cheerleaders. Squad rolled out, heading straight for the Varan zone. One whole day on the road later. Everyone clocked Asher flying non-stop since yesterday. Infinite mana glitch. And why is he avoiding the crew? Some girl grilled Iris. What's the tea on you and Asher? Looked cozy. Iris claimed they're just side-like homies. Last quest. Their squad got totally wrecked. Asher popped up, saved them, and boom. Girl asked if they were from the same school. Nope. He's like her mentor. Just barely older. Asher hopped in the ride out of nowhere and was like, yo, zombie mob spotted ahead. Chasing Veron locals. Dude said he's gonna zoom ahead to save M. He blasted off straight toward the danger zone, still miles away, but the zombie count was insane. Verdon saw his golden chance right there. Grinded magic for a month. Time to flex the gains. He'd swiped a grimoire from the magic tower loot. Only circle 3 mages or higher can equip it. Just opening it buffs your mana. Mages drool over this rare loot. Only the tower boss can craft it. Super pricey mats, so barely any exist. Most are soul-bound already, so useless to steal. But our boy snagged a fresh, unbound elemental one. He etched a permabind circle called Connection on it. First, test run with the book. Terraforming the map. One big hit and zombie bones flew everywhere. Spooked adventurers bailed hard. Verdon cast, air road, flame, and double spell. Boom. Zombies wiped. Everything's on fire now. Watching him fly for days, then nuke stuff. Dude's mana is cracked. Verdon figured the spell he saved was earth type. Maybe his modded body plus sky advantage buffed it. Iris knew Asher was way past level 4. No way, those were 3rd tier skills. Iris checked her 6 zombies incoming. She shrieked. Bam! Huge platinum armored axe guy appears. Smashed the undead, then asked, "Where's my drops?" Dude was totally lost. Explanation please. Then he's like, "Why is everyone so quiet?" He asks again, "Where's my loot at?" Mr. Platinum Pendant yells, "Don't test me, answer." Iris clocked him. Butcher Galork, why's he here? She's like, "Chill, we already smoked the zombies." Big guy's salty. There were dozens of them. He got a ping about a zombie mob miles back. Expected a huge raid, but nope, all gone. City's the mage, this nerd did all that, asks Blondie. You cleaned this mess up? Verdon nods. Butcher calls him rude. Weird flex. He was literally paid to hunt these creeps. Those were his kills. Mage totally chaos. You messed up my grind. So, pay up, kid. Verdon grips his glow stick, staring him down. Oh really? How much cash you want? Butcher sees the kid backing up real quick, kiting like a pro mage. Big guy's confused. Is this kid actually trying to throw hands? Bully grins. Alright, let's dance then. Adventurer screams. Don't be dumb. You'll die? Iris adds. Dudes. Bad news. Seriously. Dangerous is weak. He's buff and crazy. Got wasted once, brawled, and wrecked a night. Iris is like, that's super illegal though. How's a drunk wreck a pro night? Wild. Guild let him slide cause he's OP. Go says Platinums play by different rules. Guild knows it and doesn't care. Narian tells, go to quit yapping. They gotta stop this maniac right now. If they're headed to Viren, major drama ahead. Go agrees. Tells Gallark to take a chill pill. They're just doing their job. Man, fighting them equals big trouble later. Gallark lets delete M and blame zombies. Gold tells him, wow, feeling brave today. Then he flexes his magic to scare the kid. Verdon feels the magical vibe. Check. Guys, 3rd tier max. Fancy name, weak skills. Just dumping raw mana. Total rookie move. Still, it kinda worked. Verdon's shook. He's actually gonna use that in a fight. Verdon stares back and goes full aggro. Godwa bowled like jelly and face. Gallark blinked. Did he just KO go? Dude's a pro mage too. Okay, this kid isn't weak. He's actually beast mode. Name! The butcher barked. Asher, he shot back. Catch you later in Vero? Asher smirked. Beef squashed early. The crew rolled into town. Team murder, guarding the royals. Got stuck en route to V by picking a fight with Gallark. Verdon upset the squad. Next day, Lord Vro, Farad Van Vro gave props for showing up. Troops rallied to storm the Varen mines. Let's go. Mission wreck, the zombie army that popped up. Loa's order, and Gallark's crew joined the raid. Butcher swore nobody would die on his watch. Gallark poked Martez. Scared. Leader man, someone warned Asher. Don't duel the butcher. Fine, he agreed, unless he starts it. Fights on, boss yelled. Headshots only. Body shots just bounce off. Casters and healers, stay back. Boom! A blood golem crashed the party. Priest screamed, run or wear pancakes. Nightcapped cried, normal steel, won't scratch it. Nice warm-up. Galork grinned, charging in. Using just his mitts, Butch ripped its head off. Foreign gasped. Whoa, didn't see that coming. Golem got wrecked in one hit. Gallark yeeted the head across the field. Splathead lands by Asher. Verdon frowned. Rude much. Butcher sneered. Show me real power, or go home, kid. Yesterday's moves, cheap parlor tricks. Verdon cast terraform. Floor quaked. Then boom fireball time. Iris freaked. Asher, what the heck? M&A noted. He's spamming alts back. Galork grinned. Kid looks soft, but he's got guts. I dig it, Butcher said. Grilla dared them to compete. Gallark charged. Most kills wins. Sparked by Taunt, Verdon joined the fragfest, blasting zombies. So the main squad Hit Vero mines with barely a scratch. Tight fit inside, so not everyone could enter. Select few only. Galark praised Asher. Verdon stayed salty. Chill Galark said, we're teamies. Now, Goat wondered what the butcher saw in that dude. Thinking back, he totally flunked the mana flex. Yet this guy totally pwned him with aura in a split second. Asher was definitely tier 3 too. Dude was def hiding hacks. Got a ping that the Viren squad was camping the entrance. The squad said, good luck. Galera's ranger took point. Naren she was totally gold rank material. She scouts, spots, aggro, and deletes zombies instantly. Not solo though. The whole crew was on point. Talk about squad goals. Suddenly, our boy got a weird feeling in his gut. A knight yelled, dead end. Verdon wanted a full mana scan. Usually, mobs would trigger the radar anyway. The healer was like, stop shaking. Just trust Lewis, the light, God. Iris asked Asher, you good? She figured striking first was the best defense. Galark noticed, Asher was twitchy. Smelled like death too. Asher wasn't sure, but sensed a boss, mob nearby. Asher admitted, the butcher's gut was right. Told Iris to stay glued to him. She blinked. Even Asher was spooked. What's coming?
Ditto.
Someone spotted a glow at the end, but rushing in was risky. Asher heard noise. Asked the knight, what's the drama? Knight said they found a lit tunnel. Asher thought, wait, there's only one exit. Who turned on the lights? Galark waved. Stop, don't go there. Knights were like, what is this dump? A tomb. Zombie with a sword sat on bones. Zombie rocked an Estra crest. Verdon was laying low, fresh from Bugamarn Tower. This is Revanti turf. They totally ghosted Estria for independence. Weird to see Estria logos and Goat gasped. Estria stuff here, or is it all fake? Goat knew they only liked him for his spy skills. Galark knew it too. Can't fail? He asked. Kill the zombie. Game over. Goat said, I got this. Butcher blinked. Goat added, it's just a scrub mob. He'd solo it. Priest popped purified and started chanting. Verdon thought, if he ain't a Doom Knight, we're chill. If he's napping, a quick holy zap deletes him. But if he wakes up, we purify and wreck him. Stone strike. The skill fired off. The zombie's eyes glowed up instantly. It lunged to grab the hero, but Galark intercepted, snatching its arm. Snap Galark squeezed, leaving just a bony hand in his fist. The knight dashed sideways. Galark knew this. Bone Bag was built different. Doom Knight, Priest said Morning Knight. Weaker solo, but this dude had skills. Priest added, he commands the mob to... Asher went. Plan simple. Wreck the crybaby knight. Hero goes, first, I'm terraforming to nerf their numbers. Galar was like you soloing, for real. Asher had a big brain moment. Down there, enough baddies for a full squad wipe. Even Galliac wouldn't be chilling on the sidelines. I'm taking the boss, Mr. Weep. Galark and the healers faced giant skip. The Morning Knight gripped his huge sword. Heroes spammed zombies hate fire and holy Av. Double spell. Let's go. He prepped, fire, arrows. This is the play. Fire spear hit, but the knight tanked it and yeeted his sword back. Verdon was shook. Tanked the fire spear and countered. Dude is if this keeps up, Verdon's gonna get wrecked. Verdon triggered. Glacier breath. The undead froze. Lag switch, activated. Fire's a dud, Verdon thought. Time for brute force. Earth spear, triple throw. Mana, concentration. Maxed out, he eyed the boss. Eat dirt, but the opponent parried. Seriously. Then the monster morphed. Verdon was so salty. Out of mana now? Galark rushed in to carry. The butcher yelled, hands off my main course. Galark smashed it. Undead turned to confetti. The knight side, whole squad versus 3 zombies. Without gold rank Narian, we'd be toast. Go pouted. You think only Narian did work? Fine. Mage helped, the knight admitted. Iris, we good. M&A pointed up. Quit yap. We gotta bounce. No exit, in sight. Ceilings, miles up. Walls are solid rock. We're totally trapped. If Asher trips, we're basically instant fossils. Though Galark was making enough noise for an army. Meatman kept wailing on Crying Knight. Now it was a 2v1. Yo Ash, legs still work. The big guy grunted. Zip it, Galark. Less chatting, more monster mashing. Asher snapped. Ha! I actually dig this bony little weirdo. He laughed. I'll aggro. You blast, Galark ordered. I'll give it a shot. The kid shrugged. Big guy charged in, popping a mana nuke on impact. Asher slid up to the brawl. Back it up, big guy. You're nut, Galark yelled, spinning around to bail. Ash unleashed a mega boom on the zombie. Crybaby caught fire but kept swinging. Then his shiny chest bling started glowing. Verdon recalled what the mayor said about that charm. Said it eats mana faster than a shield spell does. The kid had been totally stressing about running dry, but it turned out fine. Still, his mana tank was blinking empty now. Plus, that last hit totally popped his shoulder out. Worst part, right before impact, the creep armored up in black metal. Suddenly, Secre's a lot got buff. The priest tried to freeze him. This guy wasn't in any of the church's monster manuals. Galir copped up, yelling, and sprinted over. The butcher mid-shielded the cleric with his back. Trying to he teased. Go saw an opening. Eyes locked on the baddie. Time for some Galork and Go gave each other the nod. But Go was slacking and getting wrecked by the enemy, taking major damage. Galark swung back. Healer, need a red. The priest screamed. Asher, what's the Galork bell? You charging a super move or what? How long for mana? Give me a sec. Almost there. Asher yelled. I'm smashing the cracked spot, Galork announced. Asher had to time his blast perfectly. Sit still. Ugly, Galark roared, landing a massive crit on the knight. Asher unleashed the magic. Boom. Direct hit. The boys knew their combo actually worked. Asher shoved the battered butcher back. My turn? Freak. He saw the gap in Saripi's chest was still gaping open. One concentrated blast there, and it's game over. Verdon figured Iris needed to tag in now. Asher told her she was an Ice Queen prodigy earlier, but she was still a total noob with elements. I won't embarrass you, teach, Iris chirped. Asher sparked up a flame. Ready for round 2. Him and Iris, totally unstoppable team, swore he'd return to the kid, no matter the battles. Like a broken record, he promised to go home. Believed his own hype, then he learned the dark truth. Boom, plan's dead. Buried alive. Yikes. But given up? Nah. He still had to return. Asher woke up, clueless. Iris and the priest were finally awake, propped up like, yo, is the battle over? Priest was all, we won. You totally saved us. Iris bragged, they won, but Asher just passed out cold. Priest blamed that creepy medallion in his hand. Gave him the same bad vibes as earlier that night. Said Asher gripped it like life depended on it. With that aura, best to just toss it, honestly. Asher snatched it back. Nope, I got this, he said. Priest warned him stuff could get weird fast. Asher brushed it off. I'm good. No drama, he said. Galork laughed. Loot's trash. Priest agreed, but his survival mattered more. Saved just in time. Asher was just stoked. The dude actually made it. Hopped up. Decided to bounce if cleanup was done. Zombies. The boss. That crying Night Baron was spun. Whole situation was totally bizarre. Seriously. The Lord freaked out. Ordered a cleanup. Stat. Lucky break. Nobody in the mines actually died. Peeking at zombie memories gave our hero the creeps. One thing was clear. He'd definitely leveled up. Figured real fights give way more XP than training. Still level 3, but that magic book helped. ... Boost mana to blast level 4 spells. Area damage. Verdon hyped himself. If he didn't quit now, he ... would crush goals and rival the Balrog Tower boss. I mean, he'd already buffed his mana stats, right? Lewis priests stayed to babysit the mines. The other adventurers went back to their turfs. Galark guessed Asher wasn't a merc. Heading to Grey, Asher went, huh? The butcher looked shook. You don't know Grey? How you gonna make cash? Bro, think fans just show up cause you're famous. Please. Why not? Asher asked. Galark sighed. So naive. In Grey, pros sell info. Only the skilled get in. Basically, the HQ4, organizing big requests. Galark said way more people do this than he thought. Folks who break rules, chasing clout and cash. Asher paused. Okay, but why tell me all this? Big guy was like, we survived that mess. So we're basically besties now. Stuck in the magic tower, our hero was totally clueless about the tea. Risky quests mean fighting boss-level baddies, aka Prime XP. Farming time? Iris popped out of the ride, yelling they'd bail soon. She was like, yo Asher, you not coming? She planned to geek out on elemental magic once back in town. Iris was confused. Why's he lurking? Surely he wouldn't ghost them? Plus, he was still pretty banged up. Asher gave props for the magic boost. She'd totally aced those spells now, but he really had to dip. Everything went down super fast. Iris realized she actually made it out alive. She finally got the elemental stuff that stumped her at school. Met in a flash, parting in a flash. Classic drama. Still, Iris didn't think the goodbye would be this quick. Couldn't beg him to stay. They fist bumped and swore to link up later. Iris decided next time they hung out, she'd be the cool little sis Asher could brag about. Mage Girl grilled the loser. Why target Bogum Tower? Huh. Dark Hour was basically a crew of rogue magic weirdos. Verdon totally raided their third secret. Labba was clueless on who wrecked Bulamir Tower or why. Guess low-level noobs don't get the juicy intel. Dude was shook. A basic spell doing that much damage. Wild. Valdek's pupil claimed gifted folks are just built different. Did Rollin vibe with that? Rollin was like, I gotta figure this mess out. Solo. Lucas wasn't having it. No way. Can't let a future 4th student get wrecked out there alone. Ravlin told him to focus on his paper. 7 years since the big multi-continuity theory dropped. Fans were waiting, but does he still have that 7-year-old hype? Lucas saw she didn't buy those old, trashy rumors. Tawa boss actually claimed that paper was his own work. Ravelin thought that was super sus. A genius only hitting rank 4 in 7 years. Lucas got salty. The nerve of her talking trash like that. Lucas thought she was annoying. Now, stirring up old drama. Verdon was gone, so the tea about him stealing work was safe. But Rollin was getting way too gutsy lately. If he snapped now, the boss might cancel him. Gotta play it cool and grind to level 5. Then he'd rule the world, and finally, delete roll. Preco and Verdon hit Grey Village, cause Galork said it was lit. Famous for factories, this city is a magnet. Peeps wanting steady cash and zero drama. Inequality here is wild. Rich folks ballin', everyone else broke. Cohen slums are legendary for being total trash. The worst, Verdon knew he had to dig through this mess for clues. The vibe shift from downtown was totally jarring. Mardis was rough, but at least this dump doesn't stink. Rolled up to the intel spot. Cohen broke central. He walked in. Place was emptier than school on Sunday. Just one dude chilling behind the counter, inside. Guys like, we're closed. Beat it, kid. Super rude. Verdon goes. Chill. The butcher sent me. Boss asks who he is. Name's Asher, he replies. Guy nods. Yep. You matched the description perfectly. Butcher vouching means skipping the boring intro stuff. Go through that door and head downstairs. Dude gave a heads up. Don't start any drama, unless he wants things to get messy fast. Went down to a closet, then boom secret pub. His guide looked like a walking mummy. Weird flex. Spotted 2 wizards, a bow guy, and 2 sword jocks. Everyone was just hanging out down there, looking for gigs or some juicy gossip. Guy walks up, acting all friendly. Introduces himself. I'm Pale, the Selves, big info broker. You've been crushing it in Paiute lately. Bruh. Asher thought. Wait, is this guy stalking me? Pale asks. You want a job, or just the dirt? Give me the whole menu. The kid smirked. Pale can hook him up, but says Intel has levels. Asher's confused. Why the ranking system? Good info is heavy stuff. Pale shrugged. I put my neck on the line, selling this. So we gotta test your rep. No free Verdon figured the magic tower loot. Details. Warlock needs cash and XP to unlock M first. So the kid asked if he could pick his own mission. Pale offered options. But first, paperwork. Ooh, you seem like a brainiac, not just a musclehead. Got a gig that's totally your vibe? Pale said. Just like his old monster hunting road trips, Asher checked it. We fight in half-humans. Nah, not today, Pale replied quickly. Targa's a howlin' wolf, just a big puppy. Classic demon beast takedown mission. Usually, takes a whole kingdom to ask for this. Shows the whole cringy vibe between the Gov and the Guild. Keeps the kingdom from getting totally wrecked. 2. Sometimes a bossy lord tries to solo a beast raid with his army. If they win, that sweet loot is 100% theirs. And the guild, they get ghosted on the prophecy or nada. But that rookie move just makes more monsters spawn later. No muscle, your whole turf, just ... becomes a total monster pit. So unless it's a code red, the guild gets first dibs on squashing bugs. But clients are greedy and always want the legendary drops. Even those Latier Wolf vocal cords are on the wish. So Gray's intel brokers are the ones feeding these hungry Then, our main guy, ... takes the gig and cleans up the mess like a pro. Right now, he was grinding on one of those exact quests. Huge wrecked wolf, by the woods. The squad rolled up to check it. Pale was like, yo, the guild actually crushed it. He looked up not just one dead doggo, but a whole wiped lobby. Didn't look like 3rd level trash mobs. Something AO'd them hard. Target was just the weak pup now, getting taken out slow-mo style so the loot didn't break. Guy said they finished 2 days early, and the loot was he was totally vibing with it, ... and marked the quest as mission accomplished. Pale snagged a sharp tip. Bose asked if the fit was fire. Asher admitted the new drip was sick. He knew, he picked the right spot to shop. Back in Cohen, Verdon ordered armor, made of mabbit skin. Verdon asked the smith for the full top and bottom combo. Also asked the dude to fix that ring he looted in Smith said, bro, that's magic gear, not an easy fix. Held the ring, and felt some type of way. Too busted to see the stats, but it was 100% magical. After that, our hero hung out. ... In Cohen, grinding quests that Pale kept throwing his way. Verdon crushed tasks and got paid. Bounty hunting, smacking bandits, raiding shady traders e-works. Been a whole month since he first spawned in Cohen. Ring was fixed, but its special ability was still a mystery. Verdon figured the shop was useless and decided to Some girl with an ice cream cone zoomed past him. She tripped hard, but he caught her, mid-fall. Grandma walked up and was like, sorry, my kid's being a hassle. Verdine was all, chill. It's cool. Kid's safe, so I'm bouncing now. Peace. Gran saw he was a total legend, and her kid was safe. She couldn't let him dip with 0 loot. Not a huge prize, but super handy. She winked. Girls like Gran's psychic game is strong. Verdon shrugged. YOLO, and sat for a reading. Gran checked the hot Mage's vibes. Our boy thinks that stuff is cringe. Verdon asked. So, what's the tea? Psychic lady said. Just keep vibing, bro. Verdon said thanks, and got a blast. Grandkid asked, what cards did he pull? She goes, man is life. Reaper is death. God is birth. All flipped, total chaos. Destiny gone rogue. Verdon tried fixing the ring. Spoiler, he failed. Chaos means zero future drama, right? He'd try a bit longer, then find a pro with max stats. Still, hoping that power wouldn't trigger the apocalypse. Dude, eyed the sky. Like, what star is that? He's an Asinard but never saw that one. Unreadable vibes. Messing with other stars. That stars shoulda crashed, but stayed up. Fate just ghosted like smoke. Ring guy prayed that weird star wouldn't wreck his vibes. Checked the ring map. Ditched Cohen for Bardem. He started a 3-week trip. Ghosting. Paylering was vague. Scared of stalkers. He walked via Carter. No magic cheats. Verdon exited the woods. Whoa, a town? Goal force. Need a local hunter guide. ASAP. Past 3 hoodie-wearing creeps. One girl totally checked him out. She's like my type. Asked Pops for a break. Cardone sighed. Not again. He told Ferris to zip it. Mission first. Flirting later. She begged. Just this once. Cardone said. Finish job. Then do whatever. Gotta find and wreck the traitor ASAP. Some dude overheard the tea. He asked why they were lurking and plotting doom. Cardon's like, Ferris talked too much. Kill him too. 4 days later near Bard Mountains. Verdon chilled by the fire. Shocked he'd been roaming for days with 0 results. That hunter he dragged along was totally gassed out. Even scanning with magic. The kid found zilch. Time to flip the script. Maybe? Verdon spotted the tree bark, changing colors a few meters in. What's the deal with that? He'd flown past him heaps, but never clocked it. Verdon shifted his gaze. Then it clicked why he'd found nothing. The whole woods was one giant hide-and-seek spell. Who cast a barrier this beastly? Was that center tree the main switch? He gave himself 1 hour. Verdon bet he could smash the spell by then. Pops woke up, stunned. He'd blacked out again. Guy down the red goop once more. Even the potion was barely working now. Still, he could handle it. Then a voice behind him went, world's changing soon. The geezer panicked. Who goes there? Dark Arsent Ja. Verdon stepped out. Why's he remember them? Whatever? Bad guess. Just following my ring's GPS? Verdon shrugged. Gramps saw the blink. Crescent, then, hacked up blood. After catching his breath, he asked where the kid snagged the ring. Verdon knew this wasn't some random grandpa. That massive stealth spell in the woods gave it away. He's tied to the ring. Gotta stay sharp. So, what are you doing out here? Verdon asked. Careful kid. I dig it. He agreed to spill the beans on the ring. But how'd you beat the trapdoors at the entrance? Verdon smirked. Wrecked the circle in 4 hours. The guy was floored. A kid with the skills to solve that? No way. Seriously, Verdon asked. What is this ring? Fate, bro, brought us together, though we've never met. I lost that thing 15 years ago. Name's Harken Digest. Level 5 Mage. Alchemy Genius. Star Chart Pro. Had a bestie back in the day, Harken added. Hit level 6 and wanted to start a magic club. And boom, Dark Hour was born. Started with 8 dudes, hit over 100 in a few years. World loved us and feared us. I mean, we could have flattened a country in a war. But my buddy didn't let us go rogue. Busy work, sure, but we were just magic nerds at heart. Until he died, killed by a student, we raised heart. Harken asked Deet what the game plan was. Deet claimed he was going to hijack the Dark Hour. Blinded by a level 7 kid's hype, they missed his toxic vibes. Dude announced the Dark Hour was his turf now. Before they got old, he'd already hit level 6. Most Dark Hour members got wrecked by Deet's crew. Harken barely bailed alive, but his mana pipes got slashed. Pops noted that over the years' grudge stayed fresh. And finally, this kid appeared. Verdon asked if the Dark Hour's drama was Harken's fault. Gramps claimed his Astro skill see the future, but he totally missed this. He had to wait, cause Crescent is the matching ring. It was lost, meant to drag the savior here. Burton said a gig. This huge, deserves a fat paycheck. What's the offer? Obey me, get my loot, said Gramps. Our hero. Was sus? Would the old guy really spilled the tea? He still had Balrog from Bogamarin Tower on his tail. It was straight up, personal beef. But peace beat getting revenge on the snakes. Verdon asked what loot actually meant. Suddenly, weird noise outside. Guess, nah. 3 randos barged in, saying found ya. Harken goes. New phone. Who dis? Guy asked if he's Harken, the Dark Hour traitor. Gramps raged. Deet sent you. Hootie said. Respect the name. Harken called it total sass, since he taught the rat. How'd you break in? Did Deet show up personally? Guy said they used him on a tracking gizmo. Harken asked, why now? They said the magic tower got deleted. Tons of mages got wiped. Worst magic fail ever. Cardone said someone framed them. So tower assassins are hunting the dark hour 24/7. The leader said Mr. Dietz suspects his rival. Gramps is on the list. You do it, old man just cracked up. If I could nuke a tower, Dietz would be toast. Verdon, quiet till now. Cute a triple spell. Fire arrows. Wind cutter. Ice spike full combo. Sent. Hero was clueless about the drama, but now it's tower versus dark hour. If Bojamir folks looked away, easy win for him. Cardone was shook. Harkin has a pupil. Seriously. His buddy had zero clue. Just gotta wipe them all out. Easy. Farah was like, adding him to my stash. Face card never declines. She squealed. Then boom. Fire mode. Verdon clocked the firewall. 4th level magic. Try her. The ops were shook. This noob knows high tier spells. The others just spammed wind hacks. Dude's giving mid 4th level ma energy. Ferris was aw. I'ma squeeze the life out of him. Verdon shoved her. Hard pass. Lady. Landscape shift engaged. Cardon gasped. Triple cast. Okay. Pop off. But honestly, giving mid-tier 3rd level vibes, Ferris couldn't get why her nerf failed on this guy. Verdon clapped back with fire. She dodged, but he grabbed her neck. Gotcha. Cardon was flabbergasted. 3rd level beating 4th. Is that legal? And he's using her as a meat shield. Verdon knew he was outnumbered. 1 v many is tough. Ferris raged. Rude much. Watched the Verdon popped a stone wall and camped behind it. Cardon was lost. How's a basic terrain spell hitting that hard? Can't carry my team and fight you? Cardon wind. Ferris screamed. I'll wreck him myself. Verdon told Harkin. Go hide. Babysitting you is dragging my stats. Pops admitted the kid was cracked at this. You got fly hacks? Harkin asked. Boom. Smoke bomb out. They decided to dip. Old dude pointed. Fly that way? Zoom zoom. Verdon swooped down by a little cave. What's this spot? Inside. Pops sprinted to a wall locker. Pops preached. Real mages break limits and do their own thing. Harkin grabbed a bottle of juice from the locker. What's it? Verdon asked. In the wizard world, Harkin's the goat. He ground rare herbs into a masterpiece. Aged 5,000 days under... Harkin said. He chugged it. He'd unlocked brand new cheats. It hits levels no basic mage ever touched. No weird side effects, he swore. If it ain't meant to be, 0 results. Clock sticking? Kid? No begging here. Just down the potion. Bro. Heron just wanted to see the kids ending spoilers. Verdon felt weird vibes. Holding the goat's craft. Figured the old guy wouldn't troll him. Seems legit. Fate isn't a thing, Verdon claimed. As a Starboy mage and witness to seeing all those lives, Harkin realized fate's a total lie. Verdon felt that mystery. Juice kicking in hard. Old dude looked up. Starlight. Bruh. He grinned. But Harkin knew this mage kid was the real rebel star. Harkin muttered about some creepy visitor he had. A reaper ghosting fate itself. Whatever works. Gramps promised him the loot. Go on, kid. Move. A reaper swimming upstream. Total rebel vibe. He grabbed him. Boom. Verdon became a living essence. Verdon blinked. Did I just lag out? He wondered. What the heck just went down? Weird. Powerful. Mana surged. System reboot or what? Verdon was totally confused by the glitch. Wrecked. The old guy sighed. Mission complete. Wait. He didn't even know the kid's username. Pause. I'm Verdon. The teen finally replied. Torch my body. K. Then he flopped over dead. A life of grinding lore uploaded to Verdon instantly. End the dark hour. Peace out, he requested. Ring on. You got it? Gramps Verdon vowed. Thanks to Harkin, he unlocked level for magic. The 3 goons hunted for the old guy. No luck. They searched, but Harkin had vanished. Poof. Menu go. Cardon's compass bricked too. Is he toast? Find the body regardless, he said. Cardon figured it was some boomer trap. Ferris guessed. Maybe a rock squashed him. Nah, that boss wouldn't die to rocks Cardon spit. Ferris panicked. So, do we start digging? Or what? Freezing. One goon felt the vibes were off. Yo, massive magic spike right under us. Earthquake. Cardinal. Scatter. Now, not a quake, just epic level for magic. Someone hacked us. Cardon raged. Verdon burst from a hole and ambushed. Cardon gasped. It's the old guy's sidekick. Verdon felt his magic limits expand. Level up. His mana pool was basically an ocean. Now see that elixir spedrun him to mid-level for fast. A grind that normally takes years. Easy mode. Cardon realized the kid was smurfing all along. Harkin was the real MVP for this. Thanks, Gramps. Time to clear. Wind blast. Verdon stood there, totally untouched. Oh, I'll raid their base later. Windcutter, go. Once I'm ready, I'm personally nuking your HQ, Verdon stated. He added, spoiler, you 3 are gonna get deleted. Ferris raged, screaming she'd toast him to crisp. She lunged right at our boy, face to face. he didn't even flinch. Ferris flipped out. Fire magic. In front of her, rude. Time to school him on the level gap. Verdon thought, is she even trying? She was weak. Ferris was totally shook. Level 3 pushing her back? No way. Flash skill. Boom. My name was Verdon noted. Carden realized they needed backup. Fast. Multi-synesis manipulation. Activated. Hero scanned the zone and totally owned it. Boss killer thought, kid's mana flow is sick. Another baddie got his hand. Absolutely wrecked. The tracker compass hit the dirt. Verdon recognized the gizmo from before. Looked complex, just one baddie left. But that chicken totally chasing a fleeing level 4. Total pain. Verdon decided to unleash Harkin's legacy. Speeding away, Carden knew he was outmatched. Squads down. Definitely need backup. Now, this kid's gonna be a major headache later. Carden felt a weird skill lock onto him. Mana search, but I'm literally mountains away. Distance didn't matter. Kid still found him. Carden zoomed on. Then, a flash behind him. Huh. Sunlight. It's not even morning yet. What on earth is that? Looked back, ... A star, and it's incoming. Major danger vibes. That thing ain't natural. Gotta dodge the star and snitch on this kid. Too bad it caught up to him. Carden felt like he was running in molasses. He'd never seen anything this crazy. Real magic. Nah, gotta be a fake out. Kid's a level 4 new. Can't cast that. Verdon plopped on the ground. Done. Dude, seriously needed a recharge. Poof. Half his mana gone in a snap. Not normal magic. Then kaboom. Harkins 5 stars. The media. Sick. Huge power. Huge cost. Gotta train more. The boss was totally stressing out. Magic Tower drama was peaking. And now his Harkin trackers had just ghosted him. Some dude drags in a hostage bagged, tagged, and tied up tight. The guy confirmed the hit squad had vanished. But, real talk, the whole trio got absolutely wrecked. Total team wipe. Bustit, aka Dark Moon, was definitely not his lackey dragged in a local from near the Barred Peaks. Time to raid the guy's brain. Deet flexed his skills and hacked the dude's memories directly. Scanned a recent chat, and suddenly, the whole picture clicked. Bosman spotted a gnarly magic trail. The spell was so heavy, it literally crushed the mountains. Massive fire magic popped up, ready to roast the entire forest. Deet was like, fire like that exists. No wonder his squad got deleted. Harkin was definitely the main suspect. But how? That Jeezer's mana circuits are supposed to be fried. Did he link up with that saint from the Lewis crew? Deed figured only a Grand Mage tier teacher could pull that off. Minion asks if they should send a chase team ASAP. Dia's like, nah, don't even bother. He's toast anyway, so no point hunting for ghosts. Sent M to my old, teach for afterlife hangs, he quipped. Verdon figured the missing trio wasn't a huge L for the Dark Hour gang. They got off easy. Suddenly, another goon runs in with urgent news. Yo, the Empire branch just got wrecked by Bodemarn's squad. Deke realized the battle lines just shifted. Getting dragged for stuff he didn't even do. So lame. The messenger sent to the Magic Tower vanished. Tower boss was absolutely raging. Verdon sipped his tea. Smells legit. Chilling downtown, thinking he totally shook off the tails. Welcome to Bryant Pier Resort vibes. Weeks back, our hero clashed with Black Hour mages at Harkina's place. Fled to Bryant to lay low. Hit level 4 magic now. Levels 1 and 2 are foundation. 3 is just baby spells. Level 4, that's the big boom stuff. Potions helped Harkin speedrun the grind way faster than expected. Verdon was thinking that, even with his book smarts, this power was totally wild. How'd the old guy craft magic with 0 attributes? Rule-following mages can't pull that off. A total miracle, only possible. For rebels who ditch the rulebook, you can't grind for it, no matter how high your mana stats are. Verdon figured it was way too soon for a pity party. He wasn't a top-tier mage yet anyway. Better to focus on buffing Harkin's magic. Out of Harkin's 5 engraved stars, the poor dudes could only use 1, and it totally drained his mana. Verdon knew it, packed a punch, but was useless in a real brawl. Splitting that giant star into mini-nukes would be way smarter. He also needed to scrap that shadowy compass. So much to do, 0 clue where to start. Classic. First things first. Fixing his gear. Definitely the top priority. He hit the city to find a smith and spotted the guild building. Worth a shot. They welcomed him like a VIP rock star. Come in. We've got the good tea. The guy gushed. Business talk could wait a sec. Verdon smirked. Total Conrad relative behavior. Just as chatty, too. Verdon asked about magic gear. Magic stuff. We serve nobles and adventurers alike, so we've got tons of loot and bling. What's catching your eye? Kid. Verdon wanted custom work. We have a guy. The man sighed. But ... His skills are legendary. But he's a total drunk and a gambling addict. Debt collectors are chasing him right now. The smith was broke. The loan shark barked. Then get to work. 8 million won't magically appear. If you hadn't wasted it all, gambling, we wouldn't be here. How are you gonna pay me for dragging me all the way out here? Suddenly, cash hit the floor. Hold up. Verdon covered the 8 million. The shark looked pissed. Who let the toddler interrupt the grown-up? Grab the cash and teach him a lesson. Boys, then he screamed, freeze. His goons froze. Why was the boss panicking? Back in that crime city, a skinny mage once showed up, but looks were a total trap. Anyone who messed with him ended up dead. The boss remembered how to stay alive. He dropped to his knees, begging big time. Didn't know you were a mage? I just wanted my money. Verdon blinked. He hadn't even cast a spell yet. We're done. Leaving now. The goons cried, live long and prosper. They yelled. The smith stared. Conrad Guild sent me. Verdon shrugged. And I need to place an order. Asher poked the scared boss, asking if it was a go. Dude gave the thumbs up. Asher warned he'd dock 8 million from the payout. Days later, he realized that Magic Compass was some big brain tech. All men has got this weird habit of bouncing back to its owner. So, you jam the target's mojo in the center gem and crank up the juice. Verdon realized they basically built a go-tier item. Days drifted by. 0 bad guys showed up. Maybe he ghosted the haters for good. Starlight. That's the sick tag he gave Harkin's power. Cool name aside, controlling it was a total nightmare. It links and boosts energy like a glowing star map, cooking up some brand new, unseen power. The snag Verdon's vibe clashes with Harkin's. Since the flow is slightly off, the system flags it. ... And the magic goes totally bonkers on him. Verdon figured, why sweat it? Chill. With the gadget nearly done, he'd be bouncing soon. Some guy walked up, claiming he'd hunted him down. Verdon jumped. He didn't even sense the dude coming. Guy grabs a coffee. My bad for the late intro, he says. It was he's repping the ARC crew. He paused. The anti-professor squad was actually here. Riz swore that he came in peace. Asher asked why he even bothered showing up. Riz smirked. Enemy of my enemy is bestie material, right? He noted that wrecking the professor was a huge solid for them. So, to keep that intel from the gluttony freaks, they tailed him and scrubbed his digital footprint. Riz called it a little thank you gift. Even if he did pull some wild moves they missed, Asher felt a super sus vibe in the air and told Riz to zip it. Dono, how you found me, but listen up. Quit the stalking. It's creepy, and I hate it. Riz crossed his heart. No more creeping. He apologized. No more shadow games, promise. Now that we're cool, here's the deal. The ARC digs, wiping out the professor was legendary. Riz wanted to spill the tea on their beliefs. Gluttony eats, to grow. We think that's gross. Real gains come from grinding through the pain. That's the whole ARC, vibe check. We've been watching your highlight reel since day one. You're basically our poster boy. Dude was like, since you're cracked, wanna join the squad? Asher passed. Verdon knew Rissner didn't slide through just for the vibes. Renner tossed him a package and claimed it's a THX for deleting that professor loot drop. Box had SDR healing gear, a legit restoration bracelet. Too much swag, he mumbled. Am I really your MVP? Renner's like, yeah, but mostly we just want to stay chill with you, bro. Verdon asked why ARC and Gluttony have beef. Dude replied, their vibes are totally crashing. Gluttony ghosts, old humans, for the Neo and update, while ARC is scouting captains to carry humanity through drama. 'Cause of that glitch, they're always throwing hands. Risner stood up. My quest here is complete. Time to bounce. He told Asher, if you get curious about ARC, hit up Lorien Northwest in a month. Loren's right next to the demon jungle. Runes are monopacked to order changes the spell. It's retro magic crafting tech. Way more opus than modern science stuff. Folks studied it for a century, but it's not mainstream because of one snag. Nobody can copy-paste the engraving process. Best we can do is wake up pre-made runes. Verdon dropped a rune ring on the desk. Kid plans to scan the ring with the Pale was like, wondered why you were AFK so long. Was the dude trying to nerd out on runes? Post Rissner meet Verdon, pop bike. Since he hit level 4, he needs upgrades. Blue Mithril Staff and Mage Robe, aka, time to equip the Magic Tower loot. But costs were high, so he hit pause on that. Crafting the orb, needed elemental breath plus a magic crystal. Of the Grimoire-linked loot, 1 gem remained. Quest 1, jailbreak the rune ring. Verdon planned to ask Rondo NPCS, but now found a legit info hub. Pale claimed they got the rune cheats. Obviously, said he knows a guy who knows where the rune pro is. Asher's like, how do I meet this pro? No meetup, Pale said. Rune artifacts are ultra rare drops. Rune study doesn't pay. Most do it for fun. Pale said Asher got a side quest that might help, said the client specifically requested Asher. He could bail, but weirdly, the client knows where the rune geek lives. He could go, but plot twist. Client knew where the rune dude was. Pale dropped, that the guy was super extra, but nailed the job. He'd totally hook Asher up. Pale said the cash would slide in separately. Since the dude had the intel, Ash wouldn't drop a dime for the deets. Ashabs took the gig and rolled up right on time. Gategar stopped him. Like nay. Main guy's like, I'm Asher, here for Pale. Guard told the kid to follow. Crib was low-key for account. Guard's gi was useful, not just drip. Clearly a boss who rated muscle over flashy looks. Pale called him a serious dude chasing gains. Guard told the count his hired wizard pulled up. Guy asked if this was really Pale's wizard. Kid bowed, like, yup, name's Asher. Ash realized his mystery boss was Count Rodenmeyer all along. Count offered some golden buds of fury tea. Super hard to brew, and impossible to cop. Not something you just sip whenever. Kid had to jump on this chance. Been ages since he smelled that scent. Tower boss guzzled this, so our boy knew the brew. Scent needs sugar. Counta was totally shook. Did this kid actually have taste? Ash shrugged. Mere dug that he wasn't a scrub like those street Then the count said, let's get to work. Roden said his aide, Baron Balan, was on a job. Heard the job was totally done too. Squad's late. Baron and Knights ghosted him. Sent a search crew, but it went sideways. So, he's sending more troops, whatever the cost. Trusted his gut it, never missed. Count said he had enough muscle, but this search needed big brain pros. That's why he called Ash. Rated Ash's skills high because he nailed past jobs. He knew he was getting scanned by Mana Magic. Count put him in team 2 with the night boss. Leaving tonight, Ash asked to ride solo. Meyer said to team up if he could. If it gets tough, do his thing. Come back with nothing. 0 Verdon had one last ask. Rune nerd stuff. The count quizzed. Count finally clocked the guy creeping behind him. Meet Ronender, the scribe. Used to be a major rune geek back in the day. Count bailed so the kid could chat solo. You, the famous Asher, Ronender checked. He was totally down to spill the tea on runes. Asher flashed the ring, needing rune help. Renender's jaw dropped. How'd this kid snag a rune ring? That's legendary loot. Asher was like, can you reboot the magic on this? Fix it, and he'd pay big bucks. Even crypto. Easy peasy, Renender shrugged. No extra mats or cash needed freebie. He checked it. It's a superior ring. Buffs your senses like crazy. Kicks in instantly. Passive buff. Always on. But heads up, your senses might glitch out. Too much input and you'll pass out cold. You'll be faceplanting. Guaranteed. Even for a buff dude like Asher. It's risky, but not impossible. Ash's wild idea. Carve the rune right into my mana channels. Dude, that's a death wish. Rander gasped. Survive that. You'd still wreck your mana flow and end up crippled. But the kid's eyes were screaming, try me. Messing up kills the guest. But, for science, he had to try. Renander gave the, I told you so warning. Then jumped straight into the transfer. Surprise, kid hit level 4. Nothing he couldn't handle. Since ditching the magic tower, he'd been prepping for this. He felt everything. Every twitch, every drop of mana flow. His senses were going absolutely bonkers. Felt like losing his mind on loop. Meanwhile, Knights rolled into town. Some guy told Commander Balk in the first squad ditched their horses and vanished. Total ghosting. That was beyond weird. Sus. Old dude warned. Planning to hit the forest. Don't. Commander was like, how do you know? Dono exactly, Pops replied. But the woods are freaking out. Even the critters and beast folk are shaking. Been in here 70 years. Never seen vibes this bad. It's eating life. Knight shrugged. We're going in anyway. Heard the first squad vanished right in that spooky patch. Young Knight whispered. Is that kid actually okay? What was the count thinking? Hiring him. The Knight scanned every inch of the place. Yo bossa Knight hope. Found the Baron's whip. Thing was wrecked. Snapped in half, with junk everywhere. 0 battle damage anywhere. How's that real? The boss man said. You're up. Ash. Knight thought the mage acted sketchy. All trip tryst issues. V chilled out. Bren, finally, processing the data dump. He flipped the magic radar switch. Knight gasped. That's actual magic. Don't fry yourself. V just pointed a stick. Squad followed him, picking up the pace. The big boss of the Knights was shook by Ash's mad skills. Faster than any wizard they knew. Spot the Baron yet? The guy asked. Ash sensed some weird, buff energy. Something's here. Probably smashed the cart. Boom. A freak beast jumped the boss. He dodged, swung his blade, and bailed safe. A Trentos was like, that's weird. Those creepers love dark, damp spots. Guess it lived close. Ash was stunned. Local native. The Night Chief blinked. Yo, kid, you don't know the scary spot. Demon Forest, totally off limits. Illegal. Pitch black at noon. But honestly, woods are packed with crazy weird flora. V recalled his invite to that northwest town. Right next to the Spookville Forest. Boss, no way basic mobs beat the Baron. Ash sensed trouble. Scatter, now. A soldier walked out. Boss wait, is that Bren? Bose walked up. Bro, what's the story? Missing guy looked zombie. V stared. Was the dude glitching out? Total zombie vibes. Boss just decked him. Man, He really went for it. Cursed, maybe. Tie him up, Balkan yelled. Then, a gold rank hero popped out of the trees with a massive beast, buddy. More creeps arrived. One carried a whiz. Balkan realized they were all zombies. Did everyone get mind wiped? Scary. Bo screamed. Run away! Don't fight. He grabbed Bren and sprinted out fast. Squad ran too. Yo, cabin ahead. One yelled, but a giant troll blocked him. Game over. Knight eyed the foes, like, oops, think ya missed a spot. Before long, the squad hit a safe spot. Asher was like, let's bounce, God. Up ahead, massive crib, glowing gold. Verdon figured it was some one-use stealth charm. Still, totally strong enough to tank hits. Verdon flexed his magic to switch things up. He's like, gonna nerf the code then patch the holes. Usually, doing both at once is straight impossible. But with his senses buffed, it was a total breeze. Knights were shook, modding a live spell. For real, seeing how he tracks mana, from miles away, plus his crazy combat speed, Asher goes, we're set. Main character was sandbagging the whole time. Knight runs up, yo Balkan, you gotta see this. They found Balan, Balkan asked. Nobody expected him there. Asher was totally stunned. Did the Baron set up those stealth wards himself? No wonder mana scans couldn't ping him. Knight asked, so, what went down here? Belen's like, wrapped up the Count's deal. Was heading back. Hit the town by the mountain base. And heard screaming from the woods. Gotta save the locals, right? So we went in. Baron said they spot this weird-looking tree. Looked normal at first, but the vibes were off. Baron said, search the area. Boom. People in the branches. Just screaming for help. Belen goes, before I knew it, we were mobs of people and demihumans too. Didn't kill him, just dragged him to the tree. Then, the tree starts slashing with branches. Told the boss the tree skewered him and drained their HP. Balan said Brennan sacrificed himself so they could dip. Survivors said the others are gonna dead. Turned into tree puppets. Balkan's like, for the homies, we're going on the offense. Bowen added, targets that tree now. Anything blocking our glow up gets wrecked. Myers are famous for their sword game. Count's a big shot, mad clout and power. But it's not just the title. Real reason? His hand-picked Roden Mir squad is the big boss of the Knights ordered Asher to go fetch the Grey Tree. First team up ever. But he figured it was the master plan. Plan was, find the tree, ping the squad, and they'd rush in. Ash zoomed up high and started scanning. Time to switch on the mana radar. He poured everything into a massive scan spell. Burned so much energy, he got dizzy. But boom senses spiked, found the target pretty quick. Just needed to pop the signal flare now. Actually, nah. Faster? To solo it. Zapped him with chain lightning, fried instantly. Except for the mind control vibe, it was just a tree. Creepy looking. Sure, but super easy to kill. Triple spell combo. Flashbang in its toast. Fire roared, munching those branches like snacks. Night Boss took an arrow to the shoulder. Down he goes. Then, weirdly, the enemy just vanished. Balkan was totally clueless about the situation. Saw a spark way up. Figured Ash handled it solo. Dude really did spitterin the whole thing. But whoops, some mutant crawled out of the ashes. Guess it was mooching off the Grey Tree. Gave him the same creeps he got from the big tree. Except the vibe was, like, 100 times worse. Ash was shook. Is this where demons come from? Count Meyer peeked out. Knights are a mess, he thought. He admitted Ash totally blew past expectations. Our boy said, thanks for the props. Meyer was still salty about the hidden level for stats. Said he was kinda peeved that the kid lead, but hey pro work for peanuts. Worth it. Ash figured the order was fine, but something bugged him. It was that spot where he bailed and turned around, realized no demons were ahead. Why are adventurers getting wrecked so hard? Guild and Magic Tower teamed up to snoop around recently. Some guy was wandering, lost his buddies Dean and Billy. But hey, today's hunt, total win. He did warn him not to come. He was right. Tawa gathered the data and spilled the tea to everyone. Knight was confused. He'd checked everywhere. So what gives? Usually, croak, cause they suck. Act dumb, or get unlucky. Guy flipped his hood back, saw his dead pal. But the #1 killer? A spot near the Demon Woods. That sketchy hub called Lore. Seeing his squad totally wiped out was a major but quest complete. Our hero zoomed straight here. The loot was fat enough to pimp out his spellbook. Asher checked the view. Loreny, Ultimate Gamer Hub. Locals were already spilling the tea on the drama. Was some op-boss monster lurking close by? Demon Forest vibes. Nah, too soon to panic. First priority. Linking up with Rich. At the pub, he ordered steak and fancy red juice. Oops, they totally forgot to pick a spawn point. Hopefully he'd show. Suddenly, a voice. He spun around to find a girl standing there. Seat taken, she asked. Risner, is that you? She grinned. Her skin was epic, but he saw through it. Asher noticed the voice went deep mode again. Just a cosmetic item, tweaking the visuals. Sick skin changer, you got there? Asher teased. Risner hinted his last avatar was also fake. Asher got salty and swapped his face too. Chill, just trolling. Don't waste the mana. Box down. Chow time. Sheffier is legendary. He claimed the gadget muted all audio. Total privacy. Magic tower loot. Asher guessed. So, what's the burning question? Bro, what's in the demon forest? Got bad vibes. He usually trusts his gut instincts. Something's there, and Risner knows the tea. Risner actually cracked up. Figured he'd ask about the arc. Asher's radar was honestly scary. Good. Actually, we met because of that forest. But first, you gotta get the arc's vibe. Trials buff you up, right? But they totally suck. Small scale. Just messes with one dude. Max level? Planets. White. Survivors are goats. They earn the captain rank to carry humanity. Asher wondered if that meant ... a test in the forest. And if they choked, then it's game over for everyone, Risner said. City. Country. Maybe the whole server crashes. Our guild exists to save the human race. We aren't babysitters for every single noob. We scout talent and let them grind hard levels. We don't bubble wrap humanity to the next stage. So we hunt for trials. Arc spots hidden glitches. They drag the newbies to these sketchy spots. Asher figured their crew is huge, spanning the whole continent. Yet, nobody has a clue the arc even exists. Ghost status. If they go rogue, they'd be way scarier than the dark hour. Asher asked about the big test in the demon forest. Risner was like, top secret. Can't spill the tea. The arc needs a captain who doesn't freak out when things go nuts. A doer Risner claimed they never give impossible missions. With his vibe, he might actually score an offer. Is he down for the next challenge? Asher blinked. Aren't tests just for arc wannabes? Risner shrugged. Usually, but humans love teaming up, right? Asher paused. She sounded totally sure he'd say yes. Risner giggled. Just guessing, 'cause you seem cool. Asher eyed the job and the loot. Risner dropped a vial on the table. Here's your advance. She said it's a spatial bag and mandra juice. Asher froze. Legit, mandra extract. No way. The weird thing, the more you chug, the less it works. But one sip, boom, huge mana boost. It expands your mana capacity with zero effort or bad vibes. That's why it's the MVP ingredient for top-tier potions. Asher knew this was gold for any mage. Leveling up. How'd the arc snag this? It's rare, loot, super hard to find. Only about 14 pop up in the wild every year. You can't farm, man. They're strictly 10 towers hog, 1 each. Shady big shots, grab the rest. You're overpaying, Asher noted. Just to win trust, Risner winked. Risner added that the big boss super into Asher, but thinks the kid's got trust issues. Whoever wants it bad enough makes the first move. Risner said, take the loot and dip, or face the test. His call. They guide, they don't bully. But if you want gains, the trial is the way. If you're skipping, you better bounce now. Stay, and you're stuck in the drama. Asher huffed. I ain't a chicken. I don't run. Running isn't his style. He made up his mind. He'd crush the Arc's trial and show him who's boss. Guards on the wall thought the forest looked super creepy lately. Plus, adventurers kept vanishing. Bartail went in just to keep the peace. Guards saw a knight sprinting out, booking it to the wall. They figured this guy was with Mr. Bartail. He screamed, emergency, open the gates, now. News just dropped. Some weird mobs are breaching the demon forest line. The boss was totally shook by what was going on and where Bartail went. A knight pulled up and said, Bartail stayed to solo the horde and stall those creeps. He sent a quick DM though. Tree of Souls just spawned. Bosswas, low-key panicked but asked, what is that? Exactly? History says these weeds grow by draining everyone's HP. Usually, you stomp them before they get big. But if one farms XP in secret, the danger level spikes hard. Guild ranked this threat as special entity. Basically, game over. Boss asked, are we sure it's really that deep? The sidekick shrugged. Don't know. For sure, but if it's eating people, this city is gonna get wiped. The town's NPCs need to bail, and we gotta back up our... A knight raised his hand, volunteering to carry. He vowed to save Bartail and delete the tree. Locusts were shook. Why are the alarms blasting? Is this a raid warning? Estria declaring war. Nah, guys said a boss mob spawned in the forest. They're recruiting randoms to defend the base. The kill squad already rolled out. Leftover guards will hold the fort and get civilians to safety. Don't sweat the raid team. Lara's Redblade is leading the carry. Knight asked the new guy, you actually joined the raid? Asher was like, yeah. Knight scoffed. I ain't babysitting. Troll, and you're kicked. Added, watch your own HP, kid? Asher thought Risner was right. This guy is toxic. Do I really look that scrubby? Redblade just said, hit the core, and one-shotted the tree. The kid was actually impressed. Did she just speedrun that? How is she so up? Redblade said she'd tank the path ahead. Everyone realized that's mithril rank gameplay right there. Squad lead stopped Asher. Don't feed, okay? Mick smirked. I can clear this faster. He popped double spell. Lara watched his moves like a hawk. They all saw Asher dumping a ton of mana. A knight noted, whoa, instant detection skill too. Bet he thinks Mr. Bartail is still alive out there. Lara thought, this kid is definitely level 4. Crazy. Another Arc candidate? Knight growled, don't steal my loot. Asher realized she was a rival for the Arc top spot. She caught him flinching when he heard trial. Guess the newbie made the list. Speed run time. The knight yelled, keep up or get left. Slowpokes, stay back and cheer. Most bailed Smartu chases a literal monster. Lara and Asher dashed off. Total speed demons. Asher was like, okay, she's actually legit. Way different from the butcher's hack job style. Her ice moves were tight. 0 openings. Arc picked her. Maybe they aren't total losers? Asher got back to the grind. Bet the soul tree is that gray weirdo from before. Why that adventurer guy? Vanished. ... Bartail. Gotta be the tree's fault. But he felt zilch. No tree vibes, no dude. Asher wondered. Blast the mana radar. North spot looked sus. Totally caught his eye. Asher pointed, yo, we roll that way. Got close and sparked a firewall. He figured if he couldn't spot it, HED just torched the whole forest. Simple. Time to nerf those tri-freaks hacks. Cast Flaming Plague. Bye-bye Kindling. Trees gotta pop out now, right? Saw a knight trussed up like a holiday turkey. Dude woke up in a total nightmare. Soul Tree had him absolutely owned. Surrounded by wood creeps, staring him down. Tied tight. But hey, survival's his jam. So he wasn't even sweating it. But the screaming captives, mood killer. He was fading fast. Boom. Knight's loose. Vines chopped. Wait, who's the ninja? You Bartail? The savior asked. The Platinum Pro. Bartail's like, you save me, kid. Squad's back there, Asher said. Go link up. Bartail gasped. You soloing this boss? Yup, Bartail yelled. You're nuts. Get back up. We team up. He saw the tree was mostly buried underground. Stall till Lara gets here, he screamed. She's bringing help. Asher thought, do I look weak? Whatever. Gloves are totally off now. Check the roots. Ground started quaking hard. Everyone freaked. Earthquake. Lara was shook. Did the mage do that? That massive root chunky spotted deep down. Just a tiny twig compared to the real deal. Asher realized this plant wasn't just baguette, was straight up Godzilla-sized. If this thing hit the city, total game over. Literal, hell on earth. Yeah, we can't let that drama happen. Asher figured this was the big test. Risner hypes up. Snag is, the boss is camping underground. Tried an earthquake spell. Result? 0. Tough crowd. Good thing our guy leveled up his spellbook after the last quest. Welcome to Tier 4. Time to bend some earth. Suddenly, he clocked Bartail rushing over. Thank goodness the dude was okay. Everyone was low-key freaking out. Lara's red blades practically screamed, my turn. As she charged the protagonist, the squad saw the soul tree and nearly wet themselves. Was it always this ginormous? Seriously, how do you even beat a salad that big? The knight commander started yelling. Everyone bail! Evacuate now! He claimed a soul tree that huge could mentally fry the whole city. Thing is, it's been lurking underground for ages, just bulking up in secret. Adventurers scour this zone, constantly looking for trouble, but saw nada. Sneaky sprouts stayed buried under the dirt, so nobody clocked it. So, it thrived, spreading creepy roots everywhere, owning the woods, and munching on critters. That timber kept getting swa soon. Folks called this the demon forest. Fitting. Finally, the soul tree hit its max level evolution stage. To go full boss mode, it needed to snack on like 1,000 souls. That was the nasty future waiting to happen. Asher thought. Bigger target, more mana needed. Plus, sky monsters were swarming. Ground troops started peppering the flying creeps with arrows. Asher triggered his firestorm skill. Let's burn. But the tree didn't even flinch. Asher's brain went, maybe I should run. Can I really beat this main body? Why am I flexing so hard? Maybe I quit and go live that peaceful cottagecore life. Psych. Just a hallucination. The tree was messing with his head. Asher snapped out of it. Please. This shrub is weaker than the tower boss. He slammed the earth's crust with a massive magical whammy. Branches got A knight popped up like, yo, did you ignore my warning? I mean, she was stoked that he yanked the soul tree out of the dirt like a weed. But she had to solo this quest. No kill stealing allowed, so she needed him to back off. Pronto. Asher rolled his eyes at the ego. My spells won't kill you. Let's just team up. The soul tree started dealing with 2 OP players going ham at the same time. Survival instinct kicked in. It knew it was in deep trouble. So the tree decided to dump all its saved up energy in one go. Even if it took centuries to recharge, it dragged every living thing into a nightmare zone, Mage Boy included. Asher hit his knees. Asher hit the dirt, totally confused. Wasn't he just in the woods? The guy scoffed. This rookie mage is breaking his limit. Okay, not gonna lie. That's pretty impressive. Asher looked up. Is that the head honcho of Balrog Tower? Balrog sneered. Is that all the kids got? Verdon realized despite the grind, he wasn't on Brog's level yet. Our hero went through hell to get here, but he couldn't even scratch the tower master. Lame. Brog smirked. A fail is a fail, even if you tried really hard. The boss added. Garbage like Verdon just clogs up my tower. Just a dream, the kid muttered. The boss blinked, confused. Verdon crazy. The kid looked desperate. Nowhere near winning. Verdon grabbed the boss's face. Nope, not buying this reality. Verdon refused. Accept this future. He squeezed until the chief started bleeding. No way I'm losing to a guy like Balrog, he spat. The chief froze. What the heck was this kid doing? Verdon told Lara's red blade. Hold up a sec. Then bam, the kid blew the tower leader to bits. Verdon told the knight. This won't take long. Panicking, the soul tree dumped all its energy out at once. Asher got hit hard by the trees, bad vibes. He was totally glitching out. Lara's blade glitched. She stared at her red hands, looking absolutely terrified. She saw bodies everywhere. The kid had zero clue where she was. Then it clicked, everyone around her was dead. She cried hard. Then a creepy demon hand grabbed her. The poor girl freaked out even more. I almost evolved. The monster wind. You ruined my chance. Now, you humans get to taste my despair. It grabbed her face. Struggle all you want in my cursed soup. Demi-humans swarmed Lara's blade, attacking from all sides. The knight blocked them like a pro. Finally, the mage popped up behind her to help out. Asher rushed the soul tree, ready to smash it. Nobody escapes my rage, Asher yelled. Dude was solid as a rock now. He noticed the tree lagging. Time to exploit that glitch. He realized while dumping nightmares on enemies, the tree wasted all its energy on the attack. Can't miss an opening like that. Asher figured throwing rocks at it was pointless. Sure, Starlight works. But then Dark Hour 2.0 drops, and Lorien gets crispy. So our main guy went with the Thundercloud move instead. He tossed his staff up, lighting up the magic circles like a disco. Couldn't rush it though. Had to let that power bar fill all the way up. Asher spat out a triple threat spell. Squeezed every drop of mana into that Bolt Max effort mode. Aimed right at the soul tree and unleashed a total thunder nuke. That creepy shadow gripping. The red blade girl got zapped and shattered into confetti. Night girl was free. 0 damage taken. Lara eyed him, thinking, okay, this mage is actually cracked. Definitely needed his digits. The trial was officially toast. That soul tree? Straight up on fire now. Nice moves, the knight said. But how'd you dodge the brain melt attacks? Asher shrugged. I was totally open. Wait, so no freaky nightmares tortured you? She asked. Saw M, he admitted. Then why aren't you screaming? Why be scared of stuff that's never gonna happen? That worked for you. He smirked. Fair enough, she replied. Suddenly, light started popping above them. Lore says, dead soul trees, barf up all the spirits they ate. Every ghostie was heading home now. They agreed, mission accomplished. Game over. Guess nobody told them trials come in annoying pairs. Asher felt kinda let down. Honestly. Rissner made it sound like doom and gloom, but this was a cakewalk. This stage wasn't even built for him originally. Maybe he shouldn't judge it by his own crazy standards. Finally, did introductions. Asher, meet Lara. She was shook how'd she miss a mage. Asher basically carried the team today. Rissner watched from the sidelines, admitting he expected a flop. That soul-munching tree was a beast bark harder than tank armor. On top of that, it had a whole zombie army. The nightmare trap even caught Lara, a top 3 pro. By the initial math, 4 cities should have been wiped off the map. Who knew some random mage could solo that monster overnight? Seriously, who is this Asher kid? Lorien locals begged their hero to take their swag. Major thanks all around. A few days flew by after the raid. Gil took forever calculating his paycheck. So, dude was stuck hanging around town. Word got out. The hero was that silver-haired mage. Suddenly, Asher was the main character. Hated the fame, but figured, why hide the flex now? He eyed that tower, chillin' right under the cross. Swore he spotted a familiar mug in the window. Yup, girl, right there. Lady LRA, in the flesh. Vina popped in. Fish night. Lara was just glad for the wake-up call. She was like, let's roll to the dining hall. Vang wind about fish bones being a total pain. Lara teased, be picky, and Lewis might ghost you. Lara peeked out and caught Asher strolling by. Talk about timing. Asher looked up, bam. Instant eye contact. Later, they grubbed together, washing it down with some fancy wine. Asher asked, is eating through that veil not, like, super annoying? She quipped, beauty is pain. Darling. Always. Kidding. But she had something else on her mind. Was that your first trial run? He nodded. Yep. Lara admitted that was pretty wild for a newbie. Usually, Level 1 is a total cakewalk. But the Tree of Souls, that's hardcore mode. She knew arc picks were supposed to be built different. But a kid her age with that much mana, plus, his mental game was totally off the charts. Shrugging off those tree nightmares like nothing, Era asked how he joined. Asher thought, wait, I joined. Whatever details didn't matter. Right now, he just said, they're useful. Lara vibed with that. Same, she couldn't care less about their whole mission statement. She just wanted to ditch the curse, forcing her to wear that mask. Curses basically come in 2 flavors. Flavor 1, black magic brain games or power nerf. Flavor 2, straight up devil curses, nasty stuff, the kind that hates divine vibes and wrecks you. Like your body rotting or your HP draining to 0. Permanently. Asher figured Lara was dealing with the second type. So you joined the Ark to fix your face? He asked. Lara nodded. Bingo! With their resources and intel, way easier to find a cure. Plus, she'd finally be able to ... track down the demon who cursed her and snatched her face. Asher realized she was totally running on revenge fuel. Guess selfish goals are cool there. Know anything about demons? She asked. He shrugged. The Order watches everyone, like hawks. So, ... Hardly any mages study demons these days. Lara looked bummed. Guess he wasn't gonna be an easy ally. Asher tilted his head. What kind of deal we talking? Lara was like, get me the tea on demons. Drop it at the guild. I pay well, she said. Asher shrugged. Hey, why not? Lara promised Asher wouldn't take an L on this deal. Not her vibe. She stood up and said, 8. I'm out. Time well spent. Asher goes, hold up, one question. He asked when the next crazy test was dropping. Lara shrugged. Denoda just spawn randomly. She said you can always rage quit or fight the results. The Ark's chill choice is yours, just like the ending. They said peace out till the next link up. Days zoomed by. Asher was still vibing in the city. The head honcho at the Lorien Guild, Mr. Pay vaults, said Asher, totally carried the raid. Vaults added, the cash would hit his crypto wallet soon. Asher was like, cool, but any bonus loot? Guild boss nodded. Yeah, we got extra swag. Found it inside that wrecked Tree of Souls. Took forever to price check the junk though. Verdict. The sticks are harder than metal and self-healing. They soak up magic and water faster than myth. Basically, S-tier rare drops with massive potential. Since Lara vouched for him, they figured ... He was the MVP who destroyed the soul tree. So, he bagged 2 of the magic branches. Lara and the guild took the rest. Asher was hype and said thanks. He left the office and yeeted himself skyward with his powers. Elemental breath, plus ... magic crystal, soul branches, and mandra juice. He could burn all this loot to level up right now. Needed to craft a sphere with the breath and crystal. The branches were tough enough to hold the sphere-perfect staff. Even if finding ... A. Smith is easy. The parts and labor will cost millions of elks. There is ... Still, 0 funds. Dude went back to town. Only one cheat left. Make a core from mandra extract. Asher hit that empty bar again. Same bartender. Masked guy said hey, and offered to escort him. Asher blinked. Weird, nobody walked me last time. He was like, yo, where are we going? Guy said, you get the VIP escort from now on. New room was way bougier than the usual dives. Why the upgrade? Then a voice spoke from behind the screen. Apologized if the fancy new chat room freaked him out. Only 3 types of people meet here. First type, the ones I trust. Second, beasts who smash through glass and bars. Pale popped out. The third type vibes with both rules. Pale added, he was low-key hyped for Mr. Crasher.